Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's having a lovely day today. I had a nice little morning. Settling in with my coffee. My inherited mug that's got these weird, goofy-looking Disney characters on them from the 1995 Japan Professional Football League. European, not American football. These goofy little mugs, I love them. When I was seeing my son off to school, he always gets 3 haichu. He gets these are haichu. If you've never had a haichu before, I recommend them. They're pretty good. But he gets 3 haichu, 1 strawberry, 1 apple, and 1 grape. And today, when he was leaving, they were getting ready to pull out the driveway, and my partner was like in drive and everything, and my son says, wait, yeah, the random video you're watching does not have Library of Verona music. So anyway, I was seeing him off, and he started screaming like, "Stop! No, stop!" And he told my partner to give me 3 haichu as well. So I got my haichu this morning, and I figured I would indulge as we got ready to take on the next tier of fun stuff. We've got some new friends. I am throwing in, let's see, we have got so many people. And the interesting thing about this particular game, in comparison to other things, is that the characters don't die. So, as opposed to Lobotomy Corporation, where I'm constantly having to replace characters, maybe even replacing characters with like a 2.0 version of a previous character. Now I've got like, I don't know, almost like 9 people that I need to like name and put in a thing. So I need to quick think of 8 friends that you have. I'm gonna do my best. They've got no like buzz cuts. They've got bald. And I guess for Phil we'll go with bald. He's not quite bald. He does like a buzz cut, but they don't have anything like that. Not even close. It's like you either are completely bald, cue ball head, or you like have a full head of hair. They've got no Jean-Luc Picards over here. Not up in here. I think that's a bit too orange. Good God. Yeah, the saturation. It's skin color's tricky. Trying to find a God. Green. No. It's not quite green. How do I find like an olive skin tone? It's tough. Skin color's tough. I don't know how to do it on the color wheel. Gotta try to find something to distinguish his personality. Not even trying to imagine him in this situation. I think he would be hyped for the fight. But these bedroom eyes are just not doing it. I think these might be appropriate. Yeah, those are good eyeballs. lack of eyebrows. There's a lot of fun character customization in this game, but I really genuinely do feel like sometimes there's just not, they just don't have what I'm looking for. The distinct lack of facial hair, we feel that. Yeah, we'll go with this. Alright, now we're going to suit up Jebra's team. Now I think we're gonna use our attributed key pages, and we've got smiling faces. Wait a second. Where are the rest? Oh wait, the attributed key pages are the key pages that have been shoved into others. Enhanced key pages are the ones that I'm looking for. Okay. And we're gonna turn you guys into smokers for today. Because I'm into the smoke deck. I'm into the smoke build. And we're smoking today. So let's see. I did feel like I was lacking a little something something. We do have a lot of front-facing defense. But there were several situations where I was sitting on 2 and I couldn't spend it. Now, the actual smoke 2 costs I don't think are that great. Getting +2 dice power. I mean, that makes Flesh Fillet pretty strong if we're consuming smoke. And I imagine Bleed would make that a little bit stronger. So maybe Flesh Fillet is not that bad. I do also like this defense order, gaining 4 smoke and having the 7 to 10 defense in the front. That seems pretty strong. Vapor is fantastic. We love Vapor. We love the card draw. But last time, I was having a distinct problem in that I would run out of light. So I guess getting rid of a card draw and inserting something that costs 2 but doesn't give me any light probably is not... Like, we could stall out, maybe. I think I will get rid of 1 defrag, and I'll put in a defense order. And I think we're going to do that for everybody, and we're going to try it out and see how it feels. And the main reason for this is because I want to have a really heavy upfront defensive card that I can use on each of them that will be able to eat up a bunch of damage and doesn't cost 3, because there are several times where I got body blocked or light blocked. Okay, now we're going to... I do want to press forward on the invitations, but I'm gonna do this this mountain of smiling bodies. I love that. What is it? Jebra has like all of. Wait, is it all Aleph? I can't remember. But Jebra's are pretty tight. All right, so let me guess. Mountain is going to eat bodies. Yeah, he's attacking his own people. Upon taking a hit, deal 8 damage to the librarian that attacked it and inflict 1 fragile to them. Deal 8 damage to the librarian that attacked it? What? So, if we just go hog wild on these things, they're gonna end up killing us. That's a lot of damage. That's 10% of my HP. If I hit them 10 times, I've killed myself. So what does that mean? Prioritizes using Devour on allies. Recover 30% of current HP upon defeating an ally. Each time the abnormality loses more than 25% of the max HP, melting corpses is spawned at the start of the next scene. Transforms back to stage 1 when HP drops to 0. Transforms to stage 3 upon fully recovering HP. At the start of the scene, gain 1 strength, use forward screech every 2 seconds. This sucks. Like, this is ass. Holy shit. The question is, does rot apply literally every single time you hit one of the enemies? Or does it only apply the first time that you hit? I think that's going to be a pretty big indicator of whether or not we're going to be screwed or not. Smoking pipe is a really good way to absorb attacks while priming ourselves to be able to do a bunch of damage. This is a mass individual. Deal 4 stagger damage to the target. Deal 8 stagger damage to the target. So luckily we do have Smoking Pipe, which we can use to absorb that particular attack. These guys in the back literally aren't doing anything, they're just standing there. So the question is, like, do we focus all of our attacks on the big guy? And I'm kind of feeling like that might actually be the way to go. I think we do Smoking Pipe to absorb attacks from... Oh man, I think the big guy is going to do more damage than the little guy. Maybe we do that. Maybe we just go whole hog on the big guy. Or maybe what we have to do is we have to kind of tank damage from the little guys. Hang on, I'm processing here because I'm thinking we might actually want to intercept the attacks that Mountain of Smiling Bodies is going to do on the little guys and absorb hits for them, while at the same time, let's see, if we absorb this hit, yeah, so we absorb the hit that he's going to do on the little guys, and that will give us damage on him while also preventing us from taking damage. It'll prevent him from healing while also allowing us to prevent... we're gonna take damage. This, like I said, this beat up them bad guys. Thanks, Dad. How are you doing today, by the way, Falcrum? I'm trying to beat these bad guys up. This is a tricky. So far as I can tell, this is a tricky fight. This is gonna be a tricky little fight. Tricksy, false, even. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. I think the play here that I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to try to avoid attacking the little guys. I'm going to intercept attacks for the little guys so that they don't get hit by the big guy, and I'm going to just try to burn him down, do as much damage as I can to him. He has healed so far. He has taken negative damage. So far this is not working. All right. Guidance of the gears. Let me see. It really is just about, like, I think intercepting attacks. We are not taking a mass attack this time, so this might be easier to manage. Okay. I think deep drag is actually pretty solid play to intercept this attack here, because it should prevent us from taking damage. We are going to deal damage to the little guy, which is going to hit us back. Thank you for believing in me, or believing in me, rather. I appreciate it. Gain 2 smoke and restore 2 legs. So here we can absorb this attack, but we do still have we do still have 2 attacks going out on the little guys. Now we have defense order, but we don't have the juice to actually intercept. But with this 6, we can intercept something else. So that is exactly what we will do. We will intercept one of these threes and just shuffle our attacks around a little bit. Now, this one right here, it's got 5 to 8, 5 to 9. We'll be pretty much tied going up against this guy. Oh, we don't have the juice for that. Alright, so it's literally just going to be Guidance of the Gears is the best we can do. I don't want to roll the dice on that one. We're going to see what Kyle has. So Kyle's only got 2 light, but we do have Defense Order, which should be able to easily counter that. We need more emotion. I think that's the issue we're running into right now. Getting the smoke, and we discovered this whenever we were playing last time, getting the smoke deck off the ground is the hard part. Like, it is difficult to get this rolling. We'll do for 4 to attack this guy, and then we'll overwrite that with Defense Order. Alright. Not anything that I would call ideal circumstances, especially since they're doing so much. They're doing so much damage, and he's just constantly healing. Yikes. Okay, so we are still alive. At the start of the scene, gain strength based on the amount of damage taken in the previous scene. Counter dice gain 1 to 2 power. We don't have any counter die. Mark the first enemy that is attacked by this librarian after the page is selected, and dealing bonus damage to them. Okay, we'll give that to Jebra, and we're going to attack the mountain smiling bodies with Jebra first. And this is another mass individual. God damn it. This turd. I think Loss of Senses might be a decent play. If the target has 3 or more smoke, we draw 2 pages. And then we've also got Smoking Pipe, which we can use to intercept this attack here. This fight, much like the actual fight of Mountain of Smiling Bodies, sucks. This hurts. This sucks really bad. And the little guys are attacking as well. I can't even see where this... I think over here is where it's coming. I want to hit the big boss. But if we get hit with this, it's going to deal 2 stagger damage to the target. We're going to get staggered if we get hit with this. Alright, so we can do Guidance of the Gears to intercept that attack, and Guidance of Gears to intercept this attack. And then we can hit the boss with Loss of Senses. And then we are intercepting all attacks. Who knows if it's actually going to work out. That sucks. Goddamn. Are you kidding me? We all failed that first roll, and now I guess Necro's just dead. And we still have, like, not done any damage. We're finally starting to see some actual damage. He's actually hurting. And, of course, Jebra is also staggered. I think we're boned right here, because we've got 2 characters are staggered. Like, I don't think that I have the... I don't know... Hey, how you doing, Depressed Calculator? Nice to see you again. I don't think we have the strategy here quite nestled. And I'm not sure that the smoke build is going to be the best for this one. I think we might want to come in with the bonk build. I don't know if you see, like, the damage type. They have normal stagger resistance to blunt. So I think we're going to need to back out of this and try again. Are you stuffing with this? I don't know what you mean stuffing with this. I'm having a rough go about it right now. And I think that's because I was trying to make the I think that's because I was trying to make the smoke build work for something where it's probably not applicable. This is my first struggling. I wouldn't say struggling. This is my very first attempt. We had about 10 minutes invested, give or take, in the Mountain of Smiling Bodies. So far at this point, Calculator, I have not really struggled per se with anything. Um, I have not had to redo something, or I have not had to repeat something more than, I think more than once. There might be a fight. I think Tameri, I had to go at them like the third time was the charm. But generally speaking, no. Typically I'm not struggling on bosses. Or encounters. They take a bit longer. I do a lot of explanations while I'm playing through. So that might slow me down a little bit, but for the most part, I'm cruising right along. A Jebra would, I think, crush my skull if if I actually made her wear this outfit. Do we have any more puppet pages left over? We don't. We've only got just the 2 puppet pages. It sucks because I'd love to have another puppet page. So we'll do the 3 Unga Bunga build plus, I guess, plus Bamboo Headed Kim. You should be able to. I know I can get 3. I just haven't wanted to go back and grind out another. I say grind out. I didn't want to go back and do the puppet fight again. Fuck those guys. Yeah, I think so. We either are gonna do Yujin or we're gonna bring in Bamboo Headed Kim. Although slashing damage is something that they're not. I think we're gonna do Yujin because Bamboo Headed Kim has a ton of slashing stuff in it, and slashing is something that they're practically immune to. Yeah, and here's the thing, Calculator. Up until this point, I haven't felt as though I needed it. Right? Like I did not feel like I needed to go. And I just realized I was about to perform Blasphemy. That's Necro's build, is the Yujin build. And then I'm gonna give the puppet build to Jebra. Yeah, so, the other thing, Calculator, is like, I've heard it said that the Unga Bunga build, the puppet build, is OP. And I feel that. I haven't felt like I needed to fill an entire squad with Unga Bunga builds. I think that it is kind of boring, and like there are several fights that I've gone through where I've basically been like, and I'm gonna use Puppet Blockade again, and Repress Flesh again, and just like over and over and over again, repeatedly using the same cards does get kind of boring. I enjoy the, Necro helped me build this, and I say helped me, he literally just built this Yujin build for me. And I really enjoy the Yujin build. There are some bits about it that annoy me, like right here where we're getting one-sided attacked. And there's literally nothing I could do about it. It's just like, fuck you. Alright then. Yeah, so I don't love that. But other than that particular quirk of the build, I do enjoy using it. Now here's the question again, is like, hitting the little guys will kill me. Can I do enough damage to the little guys in a short period of time to be able to kill them? And down here, it says, each time the abnormality loses more than 25% of the max HP, melting corpses is spawned at the start of the next scene. So, I'm kind of feeling like, even if I Unga Bunga the little guys to death, and I get them gone, Unga Bunga is pretty strong. Yeah, turn off your brain and surrender to the power of the Unga Bunga. I do kind of feel like even if I go whole hog ham on the little guys, I'm getting the sense that it's very likely I will pay for it. They're gonna make me pay for it. Since they're doing 8 damage a pop, I know I could kill them before they can kill me. With just the sheer amount of damage that the Unga Bunga build does, but I'm also struggling. I'm struggling with the fact that I'm going to suffer immensely for doing it. But ignoring them and focusing solely on the boss wasn't a strategy that was going to work either. So, right, this is a, what is it, like this is a fuck you moment, right? Like it is like this is a boss that is going to try me and make me go back and forth. Do you resist price? I don't know what you mean by price. Do I think money is stupid? Yes, money is stupid. We should abolish money. Pierce. I mean, when you say do you resist Pierce, you mean my actual damage resistances? I have resistance to Pierce. I mean, it's, what is it? It's normal Pierce resistance. And then Eugen's build has endured, and so does Emma's build. Basically, 2 of my characters endure damage from Pierce, and everybody else is, wait, why do you ask? It happens, calculator. You're for doing numbers. You're for doing numbers and figures. You're not for spelling, so that's okay. I'm struggling here, trying to decide what I should do with the Eugen build, because we did not get our card draw. And, I'm spooked about the amount of damage we're about to take. Let's just see it happen. These guys didn't try to encounter and resist it, because Eugen literally can't. And Eugen's gonna take more damage. Unavoidable damage. We love taking unavoidable damage here. We just love it. We just love getting chomped. Looks like Bluntium Enjoyer. We do like Bluntium. Yeah, we swapped from Smoke to Blunt because they're highly resistant to the damage that we do with our Smoke build. So we switched over. Forceful gesture, and I guess we'll do a Gee. The Gee should be enough to kill this guy over here, I think. A forceful gesture to counter that, and a Gee over here, and then I guess we've got a Gee. God damn, this is genuinely not great. The fact that our resistances are just like 1 or 2 below what we would need to resist the damage that your boy is putting out. Let me see if I've got another alternative. Will of the Prescript could work. Yeah, it potentially could dodge both of these attacks and hit back. And then Puppet Blockade, we'd literally just be absorbing damage, which I guess we should just do that. The problem is if he heals 25% of his HP, we deal 25% of his health and HP, he's gonna poop out another guy that he can just use to heal. Don't bother on killing the small things, they come back. Yeah, I know that, calculator. This is my second attempt, and we're basically I'm trying something out. I wanted to see if killing them was something that I should do, or if I should just be focusing on the big guy. And I know that it may be frustrating if you've played this game before, if you know the meta, if you know the strats, if you are hashtag pro game boy or game gal, and you've got all the skills. It may be frustrating to watch me sometimes, because I will intentionally make mistakes. I will go out of my way to try something that I think is probably going to fail, just so that we can see what happens if I try it. And I know that might be frustrating for some people to watch, but I understand the mechanics. I understand that they deal damage to me whenever I damage them, and I understand that they respawn. And I'm still trying it anyway. And I love the ambient sound. I'm glad you noticed that, because it does feel like I've got it does feel like I've got it does feel like I've got my high school friend in my ear making mouths opening and closing sounds. It's pretty gross. They're ASMRing us right now. 1 + 1 is 2 sometimes. Yeah, no, I got you. That's what the calculator's for. It's there to tell us what 1 plus 1 is. So 4 to 8 damage. I don't see this being a problem per se, but that particular attack is something that I'm going to need to address. So, from what I can tell so far, trying to kill the little guys is, as I originally surmised, a losing strategy. We will lose if we focus on trying to kill the little guys. I think that's apparent now. And I do think this is one of those fights that it will just be cooked. It'll be just cooked, and it'll be cooked really early. We need to counter these with anything, I guess. Just it's better to counter them with basically anything at all rather than to ignore them. So we're going to have to engage with the little guys whenever they're hitting us. It's just unfortunate Jebra doesn't have any options to speak of. And we do have a Gigi, but we don't have enough juice to intercept. And we can intercept that attack or that attack, but I don't really want to. We don't have to, so I don't want to. And yeah, we'll do a Gigi up here as well. Yeah, we pivot. You know, we pivot over here. I don't like mass attacks. Yeah, and there she's staggered. Like I said, I was pretty sure that this was just going to be cooked anyway, and the main reason for that is because like we invested the first couple of turns, which are important turns, just getting our asses kicked by the little guys, because we're literally hitting ourselves when we attack the little guys. So being that as our opening strategy, it's obvious that we've harmed our chances here. And now all the little guys are coming in and they're all hitting, and they're all doing two stagger damage. So it's basically either intercept me or I will make you suffer for it. I love that they're all hitting Yujin in her weak spot. They love doing that shit. Alright, I think we come in with an extract fuel because we need light. It sucks that Jebra is not here to get a hit in, but this turn should hurt him. It's not gonna be as much damage as I'd like to see, but he should hurt him. Now I'm looking at this, I'm like, god damn, if we had literally just spent the first 2 turns attacking him completely and ignoring everything else, this fight would be, I think, over. Alright, so he's doing all of his attacks on the little guys, so it is time to intercept. Hit him with everything that we've got. I don't think Verdigris is gonna survive this. I don't think she's gonna make it. So what do we do to make sure that Verdigris gets to get her attacks in is we attack with somebody who will survive his attacks. And then we can absorb that attack for Verdigris. Gigi is as good as we've got over here. Unfortunately. She sat the whole last turn out, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Alright, let's see if we can get him to... I think we got him. This might be it. It literally was just about doing a damage type that he's actually weak to. Alright, now here comes the AoE attack. Yeah, I think we might be cooked. We're basically 1 turn away from this being donezo, but unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. We're gonna take damage from this next attack. I guess all we need to do is have 1 person hit in full force, right? That's basically all we need. That like a good forceful gesture hitting at the right moment would do it. If we eat enough attacks with characters that are not, yeah, like right there, we just ate an attack for Kyle. So now Kyle should actually be able to go in and get his hits off. And that should be enough, as long as he doesn't get to heal. Which it looks like he's spawned a little guy. So what do we do with this is this and that is that. That is true. I'm using that in my I'm using that in my day-to-day life now. So we can eat these attacks with Yujin. We've got repressed flesh we can pull out, and as much as I would like to use Boundary of Death, I think this is not the time. And we'll do Execute because that should be able to absorb both of those attacks. And we do have an extra Gigi that's left over here. Let's see what happens. As long as this AoE attack doesn't kill everybody, we should have it. Alright, nobody died from the AoE attack. Let's see how it goes. We knew that was likely to happen. And he's dead. Nailed it. If the librarian's HP is at blank, gain strength each scene. Now we've got to deal with baby one. Okay. And it's got 150 HP. That sucks. Alright, yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. So we could do this. And this is a 6. We have to counter this. Automated movement? Yeah, we have to counter this, or it's gonna kill us. Wait, can you dodge? I know it comes in first. It just hits you. Pro tip, remember to win. You got it, dude. Yeah, I think Jebra is just cooked. I'm pretty sure she's just gonna die. I don't think there's anything she can do to avoid it either. Kind of sucks, but I think that's where we're at. I think she's just cooked. Yujin could come in over here with Execute, and Execute will be enough to absorb. I mean, like, oh, we do get our, oh man, we got our dodges off, but we didn't dodge the last bullet, unfortunately. Sucks. Sucks because I think we were pretty close. Divides into corpses when HP drops to 0. If all corpses are defeated within 3 scenes, the battle is won. Otherwise, the abnormality revives as stage 1. Upon revival, it will recover HP by the sum of the HP all remaining melting corpses had. Okay, so that's something that I find pretty annoying. Divides into corpses when HP drops to 0. If all corpses are defeated within 3 scenes, the battle is won. Otherwise, the abnormality revives as stage 1. Upon revival, it will recover HP by the sum of HP all remaining melting corpses have. So... Oh! Yeah, wait, I thought I dodged... Oh no, that's right, I dodged twice, and then hitting it killed me. So hang on a second. Divides into corpses when HP drops to 0. If all corpses are defeated within 3 scenes. He did not divide into corpses when he died last time. When he died, there were already 4 corpses, and he just immediately reconstituted into this. That's not what this reads as. That's not what this that's not what this reads as. Each time it loses more than 25%, it spawns a melting corpse. Divides into corpses when HP drops to 0. If all corpses are defeated within 3 scenes, the battle is won. Otherwise, the abnormality revives as stage 1. That's not how this reads at all. How this reads is he dies, and then I have to mop up the corpses. And after I mop up the corpses, it's over. But I'm supposed to have 3 scenes to mop up the corpses before he respawns, or before he reconstitutes. Okay, so you're saying that the first stage that I did this. Okay, no, I get it. I'll have to. I mean, this is cooked. It's Jover. But yeah. So what you're saying is that I'm not reading it wrong. Is that like I'm correct. I'm reading this correctly, but I'm extrapolating. I'm assuming that this is like the same thing that was written on the first one, and it's not the same thing that was written on the first one. Oh, we're untargetable now. The librarian gains 2 strength that scene and inflicts 1 bleed with each successful attack. I love that we have no light also. That's super helpful. I would love it if we had a little bit of light to use here. Yeah, no, I mean, I can always come back to this later. I'm aware of that. This is, like I said, this is attempt number 2. This is the second time I've ever seen this fight, so, yeah. I'm pretty sure we're just cooked. I don't have like a dodge counter. Now these are like all ranged attacks. Yeah. Oh, Mountain of Smiling Bodies was a huge pain in the ass in the actual fight as well. So, I think one of the things we're running into here, one of the issues I'm seeing is that the numbers for our base cards, Puppet Blockade and Gigi, are not quite high enough to stand up to their double swing attacks. And Forceful Gesture is close, but still not quite enough to be able to withstand a full-on blast of that attack. So, I do think we'd have a better shot coming at that again. And I think I'm going to give this another shot. I don't really have any other cards that involve puppets. I don't really have any other puppet cards. I guess I'd have to go to this section here to see them. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I could sub in here to make it significantly better. Charge is cool. Yeah, I agree. Charge is cool, but we're just like with Smoke. Right now, where I am at with Charge is I'm currently missing. I'm missing half of the puzzle. I'm currently missing the this engagement right here. I have this section of Charge, but these Charge cards I'm missing. So just in the same way that I had these Smoke cards, but I didn't have these Smoke cards, I don't think I have enough Charge cards to make a Charge deck that is going to be better than the deck that I'm currently using, if that makes any sense. Thank you for participating in the Thumb Summit, everyone. Yes, Underboss. It's good to see our families gathered up in one place. Let's see. We have 19 seats filled. That means all but one family have attended. That's Ruminous Cartel. They're still in the process of reorganizing structure after being attacked by the Black Silence a while ago. Still recovering, I see. Thanks for the report. Cut those friends off. We don't need a toothless mutt that can't rearm itself with that much time. Understood. Today's issue is simple. Take your hands off L-Corp's nest and the library. The Thumb will be in direct command of the matter from now on. I'd like to give a word of appreciation for the families that have shown much effort and... Bullshit! You have no idea how many of our members died for that. Our family already poured a tremendous sum of money into this. Who gave you the right to speak up? You gotta stay quiet when an elder is talking, pals. You know better than that. When a subordinate dares to speak without their superior's permission, take their lower jaw. Remember the rules. I apologize on behalf of my underling. Please forgive the rudeness of my subordinate. I'll educate this half-witted fool in the end later. However, I must say that I share their sentiment. In all honesty, why should we back out now, after we've given so much effort? I mean, I genuinely, so like up until this point, calculator, I don't think I've ran into a single group or character or um, situation that I didn't think was cool. This is one of those games where up until this point, every single bit, like I'm gobbling it all up. Give me more yum yum yummy in my tummy. I love it. So far, the intrigue of the backstreets, the characters that are going back and forth. Well, hold on a second, Wolgafer, because even when Philip is in ego mode, even when he's in ego mode, even when he turns into an abomination or an abnormality, he is still a little baby bitch. It literally turns into a baby bitch. And that does not stop me from thinking that it is interesting. And while maybe not like cool, like what is it, the putting on sunglasses, wow, it might not be like cool like that, but I do find it interesting, and I think that is, by another name, cool. Bro just runs, and yeah, Tinkle's leaving a giant pee-pee trail behind him. He turns into several babies. That's true. He turns into one big baby. From being one big baby, he's a baby with wings, and then when you beat that baby, it turns into several smaller babies, which also run away, pissing the whole time. I enjoy everything about this. And Philip, you need a lolcow sometimes. You need a character that all of the other characters point and laugh at. And that is Philip right now. And I you know what? You got, love him or hate him, you gotta appreciate that he's there. I understand how disappointing it may be. All of you have spilled much blood in order to earn your share of turf before the street relocation happens. I wish I could give out a sizable chunk of the land for each and every family who gathered here. I really do. But the Capo de Capi demands otherwise. We have no choice but to obey it. The situation outside is going in an unexpected direction. A party other than the Index is involved in this conflict, the ones who pilfered our fabric. I am deeply ashamed, sire. Don't be too hard on yourself now. I'll pardon your manners by taking only your left hand. Thank you, sire. Do you understand that we can't let such trivial issues distract ourselves in times like this? We must carry out the Capo de Capi's orders first and foremost. Just what is the Capo de Capi thinking to make demands like this? When one dares question the orders of the superior, take their head. How insolent of you to question the intentions of the Capo de Capi. Such impure thoughts should be uprooted. Purge every member of the Night Owls by tonight. Yes, sire, I'll give the word. Talk about an impatient young fellow. It couldn't have hurt to quietly wait. The Capo de Capi has told me outright, the Index. Yes, our boss insisted that we mustn't let the Index claim a single area of Elcorp's nest. But you, my friends, don't quite have the prowess to take on the proxies of the Index. Hence the order to pull out. So, we should save up our strength at the moment. I understand, though. This goes to the other Sotocapi of the Thumb and their families as well. Our ambition is not something as short-sighted as taking over a few blocks of space. Do you understand? Yes, Underpass. The Thumb seems to have quite a rigid structure. The Index probably gave you a good idea already, but yeah, the fingers have rules and hierarchies that I'd only describe as paranoid. The specifics may be different, but if anyone breaks their rules, that poor fellow is done for. Although each finger has its own way of purging rule breakers. I suppose that's the strategy they evolved to survive in the city. Spot on! They can only survive by shoving themselves into a sturdy, unbreakable shell. And the 5 syndicates that crammed themselves all the way into that core into the core of that hard shell have stood on the apex of the backstreets, earned the title of the 5 Fingers. Well, in any case, our job as the staff of the library is to receive any guest that comes here, and the Thumb is no exception. Alright, so we got some Thumb people. More guns. More guns. Discard a page with the lowest cost. If ammunition was discarded, all offensive dice on this page gain +1 power. Interesting. So there's ammunition and guns that I'm guessing can be used. Let's see. Shock round. Yeah, discard 2 pages with the lowest cost from hand and draw a page. All dice on the page gain 1 power for each ammunition discarded. Bayonet combat. Add 2 random ammunition to hand. Add a random ammunition to hand. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So I'm guessing their build gets ammunition in that they will pull in bits and pieces of how should I say? They pull in bits and pieces of like temporary cards and burn those temporary cards by discarding to boost the power of their other shots. It is neat. It is very cool stuff. Yeah, they generate fodder to discard. Yeah, I've seen stuff like this before. I have played card games multiple times. So we've got 1 floor available and we have 2 acts. So 1 floor needs to make it through 2 acts with a bunch of ranged bozos. I think we're gonna come in here with our smoke team. And you know, love me or hate me, but my smoke team is my new fixation, and I want to see them succeed. We're gonna see if it works, and if we have to roll back and we have to go at it again, so be it. They've got an equal amount of dice to the dice that we have available, so that's fun. So we're winding up here. Holy shit. 7 to 17 and inflict 1 fragile next scene. Wow. That's gonna hurt. It's a ranged attack too. The best I can do is I could do defense order, and that's gonna block some of that damage. But that's the best I got, unfortunately. We can pull this guy. Oh no, never mind. We could pull this guy over here. There we go. Now we're blocking 2. Let's see, a 3, 7, 5, 7, 4, 6. 2 people coming in on the same person. So we have to go after the one that we can actually pull and block. We've got loss of senses, but that's really not something we want to play at this point. Deep drag could handle this pretty well, actually. Let's do deep drag then. And then we will have nothing left over, and we've got no bonus cards. So that puts us in a bit of a pickle. Let's do a counter here. 4 to 8. We'll use smoking pipe to counter that one. And then we have to engage with this one. We can use vapor. We'll definitely beat this one out and just put a bunch of damage out. Or we could do deep drag. I think we're gonna do vapor because we want to increase our smoke ASAP. And we've got both of these attacks are going to need to be intercepted by deaths. Three, 7, 5, 7, 4, 6. I think we're gonna do vapor. I want to do loss of senses. Yeah, no, we're gonna do a loss of senses. We don't have any smoke on this target, so it does feel kind of like a waste to throw out loss of senses. I guess alternatively I could do smoking pipe, but no, we're gonna do vapor. We're gonna roll the dice on taking some damage here. Alright, so we got some damage out. We can get the recover stagger, which I think we're gonna need. We do roll pretty slow in the beginning with this build, but luckily we managed to get a pretty decent amount of card draw, and we got enough stuff to be able to engage with them another round. We've got a full round of light, which is pretty fantastic. And it looks like they are coming at us with a full a full set of attacks. So we do need to counter this. I think we come at this bozo with a deep drag. And this attack up here is 4847. That's as good as that's gonna get. I think this is gonna be a smoking pipe. 2 attacks coming in here. One's a 5. And then we do a vapor right here. And then this attack right here, we can counter with either Guidance of the Gears, but we need to see what the other attack that's coming in is. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna do Vapor on this guy, and then we'll do Guidance of the Gears to regen our light. And then we've got... It looks like we've got an extra... Oh, no, we don't have an extra attack. Okay, okay. So something needs to give here. Oh, we're just gonna take hit. There's nothing we can do about it. Unfortunately, it looks like we're just going to take a hit. That sucks. So 5 to 10, deal 3 stagger damage to target on hit. I think Vapor just beats this, the first attack at least, and he'll get his 5 to 7, but he won't get to hit me with his deal 3 stagger damage to target. I think Vapor is going to be the play there. And then we can do something else. Fun fact, the combat page Shock Rounds is bugged. It can only gain 1 power no matter how much ammunition it discards. Still a good page. It is disappointing, for sure, that they removed, or it's disappointed that they've got bugs like that are, you know, well known enough that you know about them and are able to come in here and just tell me about it. It's disappointing that those still exist. I'm not surprised, but it still does suck that they exist. Let's see, who's taking the most damage? I think Ogre's the one who's taking the most damage so far. We successfully got a stagger off, which means this guy should be cooked. And we've got almost enough juice to stagger the rest of these guys as well. So let's use... Oof, yikes. That's not good. We can do Loss of Senses, and that'll just kill that guy. Now let's engage with what they're doing over here. 5 to 10 damage and a 5 to 7. I think Smoking Pipe is going to be a little weak to that. We'll do a Defense Order. And we can counter something else as well. I need to ban the words stream boo. I just need to ban those letters put together. It's so annoying. The ammunition they generate breaks singleton. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. So Loss of Senses on this guy is definitely going to be a solid play. And we've got multiple hits coming in here. Vapor is a hard counter over here, and then we could hit him with the... Man, I wish I had the 2 cost. So I think we don't do Vapor, we do Loss of Senses to counter this guy's attack. And then we do... What do we do up here? Guidance of the Gears. 2 attacks coming in on you, but we can intercept one of them. 7 to 17, big yikes. We do have Defense Order active, and this other attack we can counter with maybe Loss of Senses? Yeah. Cool. We've got a nice little spread of damage over here now, and we should be able to knock out, both kill that guy who's in the back. He should be cooked now. And we should get staggers, if not kills, off on everybody who's left. I don't like that we only have one floor available. That does scare me. Especially with the wind-up that's required for this particular build. Getting smoke on me and getting smoke on the enemy team is really important to get my damage up high enough to be like fully functional and online. So having to like wait a couple of turns to get activated, but also having like preset damage is a bit scary, to be honest. We did that just to heal. Alright, curtain call on the first act. Okay, so these are Thumb's Soldatos again. So it looks like it's the same set of guys. Okay, so they're just sending more random bozos at me. Okay. Alright, so I just need to make sure that I survive this round, but it's very, very similar to the last round that we just did. Good to know, good to know. Alright, we've got a 2 over there that we can intercept, and it's something I think we can eat up with our smoking pipe. Maybe not the best way to handle that particular attack, but... and then we've got this over here we can eat up with a vapor. Just don't die. That was actually you can, you know, believe it or not, and you know, I don't want to tell you what to do. You definitely don't have to just take my word for it. But believe it or not, I was gonna do that. Actually. Loss of senses. We're not quite there yet. Deep drag would be a good hit. Sucks we do not have what it's going to take to intercept these other attacks. Really? It's usually how you win. Yeah, insane, right? I know, it's like we were drifting or something. Our minds just synced up there for a minute. We're already using a 3 cost over here. I think we're gonna use that. And then we've got one naked attack that's coming through that we literally can't engage with. There's just nothing we can do about it. But where we got... I know we got Vapor going out, which is gonna inflict 3 smoke up here on this guy on the left. So maybe we take this attack and we do... Oh shit, we don't have enough to do a loss of senses. Never mind. Alright, so we're gonna do a Guidance of the Gears then, just to recoup some light. Alright, let's see how it plays out. I don't like that the attacks that they do all just come out first. It does kind of make me nervous because I have to survive their attacks before I'm able to actually get in there and do any damage. But this first turn is kind of just to get the smoke rolling. I had an ever-repeating grip. I think a token friendship is going to be better overall, giving me 10% of my HP back. 3 to 8, recover a user's HP by the natural roll value. That's nice. Pleasure and faint aroma. Faint aroma is mass individual pierce. We do have bonus to pierce damage. Pierce power up on ya boy over here. So faint aroma is mass individual. That's gonna go out to everybody. And it's not ranged. It is going to go out and hit everybody, but it is not ranged. Snowball or die, that's usually how it goes. It's true. I choose to believe that's true. So I digest it and accept it uncritically. I mean, they are kind of, I do feel like they are kind of like lowballing me in some of these fights. It does feel like they're not they're not really doing their best. They're not trying. Are you even trying? Alright, deep drag. Some of these fights are a complete rout. Like, it's like, wow, holy shit. I didn't even know that it was possible to get screwed that hard. And then other bits of the fights just genuinely feel like a joke. Like, are you kidding me, man? My dice rolls are just not high enough to be able to deal with any of this stuff, unfortunately. All three of these, it's a 5, a 5, and a 6, are all coming in on Cupcake. And I just do not have the defenses to deal with it, unfortunately. I'll do my best, which is all anybody could ask of me. Oh, we get to do this first. That's fantastic. I would love it if everybody got Pierce. Man, I meant to say I would love it if everybody got staggered, because that would be really great. Because they get staggered and they take bonus damage, but not quite enough juice to get the stagger off in that attack. I thought it was going to come out later, but I guess because we acted first, it came out first. Or maybe mass attacks always happen at the beginning of the round, and I'm just like blanking that I read that and I just forgot. It wouldn't be the first time that I forgot. Mass attacks always go first. That's the ticket. See, I knew that information. It was locked away somewhere inside my, in my dome piece. And I just forgot. I think we got them. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna survive. And if you and the enemy do a mass attack, you always go first. That's good to know. That's actually, it's kind of reassuring, honestly. God, 82 damage? Are you joking me right now? What? It's this build is 85 damage. This build is so strong. It's insane. Jesus, tap dance in Christ. It's insane. And we're basically at full health. We've practically healed back to full health. I need to go back and I need to take my healing bits that are on the Scio pages and put the healing bits that I got from the sweepers onto this page. Smoke does so much damage. It's insane. And now this bozo's staggered. Like, I don't even, it's not even necessary to do anymore. Just boop, you're dead. It's insane. I love it. Gotta say, I love it. Curtain call for the reception of the thumb. I needed this. Twinkling analyst. I'm guessing that's got something to do with smoke. I don't know. It looks like the thumb mainly used firearms. They also seem to use bullets in various ways, as opposed to the full stop office we received some time ago. These people would swing the gun itself as a melee weapon too. Like I said before, bullets are expensive. Even though the bullets the thumb use are self-made, the price is anything but affordable. They utilize bullets in clever ways depending on the situation, but won't actually fire them unless it's a huge deal. Does that mean they mostly use their guns as a close-range weapon like that then? Yep, a good swing can easily crush human bones. The guns are made using pretty nifty technology and materials. That was one and done, I guess. Either that or we don't have the stuff necessary to move on further down that line. It's cool though. The Argalia fight legitimately scared me. It it left some tinkle in my pants. I was spooked out after that one. Um, I do like the modification that I made to Smoke build. Feels like it's actually working pretty well. I need to go back and undo my key pages for Sayo. Let's see. Not Bono and Alex Page. We've got a bunch of slash stagger damage and slash damage that's also pumped in there. Where are they? Here we go. Anton, Lila, and Valerie's pages. Revert attribution. Yeah, and we're going to take a look at the passive attribution over here, and I think we're going to get rid of something, maybe one or two things that are here. Gaining smoke, using combat pages, gain one additional stack. I think we'll get rid of meat gear, and we're going to attribute, let's see, Lila's page? Lila's got health hauler. We're gonna do some health recovery. Each scene boosts the power of a random type of offensive die by +2. I do like Grace the Prescript. It seems to work pretty well. I'm gonna burn their books. You guys, you know, my order of operations may not be exactly the same as your order of operations, but I do not ignore the mechanics of the video game. I will burn them. I'll burn them now. Don't yell at me. Be nice to me. Yeah, they've got ranged ammo supply. Every 3 successful attacks with a melee combat page, add a random ammunition to hand. And that's 9 ammo supply. I'd love to see what the actual, like, ammo cards look like. It's like with To Claim Their Bones. Right? I feel like that card, we should be able to view it. Why you blying? Why you blying at me? Alright, back to passive attribution. We're going to get rid of meat gear, and we're going to equip Lila's page to our smoke build. Tell me what does. We've got solidarity on this one. Is there a particular... Oh, Grace of the Prescript is not activated on this one for some reason. We were trying something else. At the end of the scene, if all allies are alive, gain +1 strength. I think we're going to get rid of a workshop affiliated fixer. We're going to activate Grace of the Prescript. And Jin's page was another one we slapped in there. It was an experiment, I just wanted to see, but I've noticed that I really like having the bonus damage for a particular type activated. Ammunition? I can check the actual cards that we got. I'm like, wait a second, where are the... where are the actual, like, cards that we just got? Restore Too Late. Yeah, this is one of them. Class and Respect, right? All these other ones are ones that I got from the other one. What the hell? Ammo is a token card. I'm not sure if it's in the collection. Let's check, shall we? I'm sure that there's a section that I can see stuff like that in. Is it? It's not in the manual, is it? Reception, the library? No, that's a guide. Zoom exclusive. Abnormality page, ego page. No. That's not what I want. Is it in the credenza? I thought credenza was all episodes. We've got books. Abnormality rematches. These are all main story bits. Credenza's, yeah, that's what I thought. Credenza's the story stuff. So like I can see the cards here, like Focus Fire. Class and Respect is the only one that I can actually see inside the cards. Is there something? Let me see here. Fire. Focus Fire. I've set Fire. Where the hell did Focus Fire go? Huh? Thumb exclusive? Oh, they're ranged? So I can't, I get that I can't equip them on NetZac. So I've got to go to somebody else and equip a specialty key page to even see them. That feels strange to me. They should just be grayed out. Now it shows them. Okay, that's I don't like that. Oh, so no, they're not, yeah, they're not ranged. That's not why, Welgafer. They're thumb exclusive. It says right here, the thumb's exclusive page can only be set into the decks of thumb members. Soldado, Calo, Catriel, and the Dennis's, and the Dennis, not the Dennis, Dennis's key pages. Yeah, I mean, some of them are ranged, but some of them are melee, but they're exclusive to this specific build. Very similar to my feelings about the other build, the Smoke build, and all of the builds that I've seen so far, with the exception of the Puppet build, which is just amazing right out the gate. I think the ranged build, I'm gonna wanna, if I wanna build a ranged deck, I'm probably gonna wanna get more options for the ranged cards. I'm not opposed, flat out, I'm not opposed to just like building another deck, but I'm still getting comfortable with the Smoke deck that I just built. So I think I'm gonna stick with the Smoke deck for a little bit as I continue to do receptions going over here. But I wanna do just like a random reception after I use the toilet. So I'll be right back, loves. Taking a bio. we're gonna do random reception now. Said, nah, that's all you're getting. So the one reason I mentioned that calculator is because these cards say specifically can only be set in the decks of Thumb members, Soldado, which is the one that I'm wearing right now, Calto, Catriel, and Dennis. So that's the only reason that I said I probably am going to wait, because these cards can be used in other decks, in other key pages rather. And these key pages are pretty bare bones as they stand right now. They don't have a lot of particularly interesting things. So that's what I mean whenever I say I'm gonna wait to get other pages. I guess I meant to say key pages, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe just to give you an idea of some of my reasoning, I'm not just like, I know that I'm going to get more cards. I don't know that I'm going to get more pages, but I do know for sure that there are more key pages out there, and those might actually cinch it and make it worth me investing the time to build a whole new set of decks that you know, work with or build around range. Grade 1 Fixer Dong Huan. So we've gotta go 1-to-1 with Dong Huan. With Dongy Boy. We gotta go 1-to-1 with Dong Boy. Speed dice slot +1. Gain an additional speed die at emotion level 3. Cannot overlap. Offensive dice gain +1 power at emotion level 3 or above. Offensive dice on the first combat page the character uses each scene gain an additional effect. On hit, inflict 2 bleed. At emotion level 1 or above, gain 1 protection and stagger protection at the start of the scene. The amount increases at 2 at emotion level 3 and 3 at emotion level 5. Deal +3 damage against enemies with bleed. Yikes. I was not expecting a boss to come out. Yeah, gold speed page. I trust me, I noticed. I was not expecting straight up a boss to come out of this. Not at all. I was not expecting Dong Huan. He looks cool. I like his little like his little edgelord thing. Disgorge innards. That is one of the names of all time. Disgorge innards. Damage increases by the amount of bleed on the target. For the scene, yeah, okay. Shoving stab. He just loves stabbing. Draw 1 page, that's cool. Inflict 3 bleed next scene on a clash win. 7 to 12 damage. 3 to 6, inflict 1 bleed next scene. 3 to 5, inflict 1 bleed next scene. And inflict 1 bleed, yep. And he's got, we already have draw sword. So he's got 3 shoving stab, 2 mangles. Draw the sword, 2 of those. So what I'm looking at here is needing to have enough. The 7 to 12, it's like I've got 1 card that could answer that. And it's not in this build, it's in Bamboo Hatted Kim's build. So I'm wondering would it be better to run Bamboo Hatted Kim against this guy? Because Bamboo Hatted Kim's build would be able to do that fun thing that he does. Where is Bamboo Hatted Kim's build? Is it on, oh, there it is. Yeah, we've got, specifically Extreme Edge, 6 to 12 here. 7 to 12, so, like, right out the gate, Extreme Edge would be able to counter Shoving Stab with the bonuses that we have to slash damage. Edgelord versus Edgelord. That's kind of what I'm thinking is like, in order to truly beat an Edgelord, we need to have an Edgelord of our own. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I think we need to have an Edgelord of our own if we're gonna really take out this Edgelord. I think we're gonna roll those dice. We're gonna try it. Unfortunately, this guy's got 3 speed die at emotion level 3. I think this is what we're going to go with. Yeah. Oh, here he goes, stabbing again. All right, so I think execute is going to be able to counter this for sure. Like this, we're guaranteed to not take damage from this first one. And then to yield my flesh is one I think I want to save. One disarm, defensive dice lose power. I don't want to do that. I got a bad starting draw, unfortunately. Solemn movement is strong. Okay, we're getting our 7 to 12 over here, which means we could use our yield my flesh. And this right here is no big deal. I think we could use draw the sword to counter it. I think our draw of the sword is stronger than his, so we'll just win that. And that gives us a light back. So now we get to claim their bones for free. Oh, I know we got this. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, actually, we picked like the build that beats out his shit. Every 3 clash wins restore 1 light and gain 1 to 2 haste next scene. We like that. We're getting emotional over here. So is he. I think we do shit. I would love to intercept Disgorge Innards to claim their bones, but I don't think I can. We only get to use 1 to claim their bones. Actually, yeah, I think this is it. Yep, get all the way fucked. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, unfortunately we're out of juice, but he is also out of juice. I think we can counter. We've got cleanup, extract fuel. I think extract fuel is going to be able to reduce some of the damage that we take. Yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I love he's got 10 paralyze on him right now. Oh, yes, this guy is fucked. This guy's cooked. Because we just got a ranged attack. And he's got an unused die. Yeah, he's cooked. We got him. Gun him down. Dong Juan. We nailed it. We did the thing. Yeah, edgelord versus edgelord was absolutely the way to go. And we did get Dong Juan and a bunch of his cards. These cards feel pretty strong. That's a lot of damage, and a draw on a 2 cost that does that much damage feels pretty good. I think this, like, getting more of Dong Juan cards might actually be the way if we're looking at building a bleed build. That feels super, super strong. Yeah. I'm actually right now I'm considering going back and doing that again to get more cards for that. But we're gonna in the interest of seeing new content, we love new content over here. We're going to do a Book of the Thumb and Book of Church of Gear Worshippers to get another random encounter. Alan, hey Alan. And Night Owls. Didn't they say in the last encounter they said that they were going to kill all of the Night Owls? That was something that in the last story bit they did say that they were just going to do. So these must have been the guys that made it out. Pierce die power +2, blunt and slash dice power -2. That is really expensive. Look at that stiletto, 7 cost. And it has, yes, it has 2 plus dice power, but we have +2 dice power that costs significantly less than that without the -2. Is Pierce broken? It's 1 die, slap it on Kim. I'm very confused about this right here, Stiletto. Why is this? Why are you like this? Why do you exist like this? Chink in one's armor. When using a melee combat page, if the character's speed is greater than the target by 3 or more, destroy a block die the target has. Okay, that's something we're gonna need to be careful about. Everybody else is just using the same build. This guy's got Stiletto, boost damage by sum of user's haste and target's bind. And 11 to 25 damage. Inflict 2 bind next scene. On Clash Win, inflict 1 bind next scene. So, Prod of Weakness. Everybody has Prod of Weakness. 9 to 21. God damn, that is a lot. I think we might actually want to be coming at this with our smoke build. And I'm just trying to think, like, who's going to have the more advantageous setup. I need to look at, we're going to do that. I just need to look at our abnormality and ego pages. I want to see who's going to have the better setup for this. I think Yasad's floor is one of the strongest floors I have because of Solemn Lament. But also it has pretty good variation and good flat out damage, in increasing the minimum or lower the minimum value of all die by 1 and raise the maximum. Like, I think there are good options here inside Yasad's deck for sure. Even if we're not going full on Unga Bunga mode, I think we're gonna try to do our smoke build. It's the name of the stream. We named the stream after the smoke build. We're gonna use the smoke build. God damn it. Okay, and yeah, I think with this as it is, we're pretty much good to jump in. We do not have defense order on this one. We've got double deep drag. I think we need to modify this real quick. Order. Because we like defense order. It's got pretty high upfront defense, and even if we are going to take damage, we can mitigate some of that damage with that attack. I'm a little bit nervous about this because the heavy damage is coming out in the second slot, and I don't have anything that is going to be able to full-on mitigate that damage that comes out from Prod the Weakness and Stiletto. But we're gonna see how the fight goes. Oopsies, pressed the wrong button. The Night Owls carries me to the end of the game. I think their cards are pretty fucking strong. That's a lot of damage for sure. And big yikes, they've all got double speed. Don't love that. All right. So coming out with deep drag. Next scene, we can anticipate that the enemy is going to have a shit ton of haste next turn because they've got dagger press. So like whatever happens next turn, they have the initiative. They get to go first. That's like, unfortunately, that's just how it's gonna play. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Greed. I don't have any water on me, like on my person at the moment. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some water so that I can redeem Greed's hydrate. Thank you, Greed. We've got our He-Man. Our He-Man water mug. I'm not sponsored, by the way, by Masters of the Universe. This is just for the love of the game. The best one you saw it if you're willing to do some goofy things. Well, I'm nothing if I'm not willing to do some goofy things. That is for true. Inflict 1 bind next scene. I don't want to play loss of senses here. It feels like a bad play to do loss of senses. Yeah, I just, like, loss of senses is my only triple attack ability, and it feels like a dreadful waste in this particular encounter. Now I could do defense order. That's going to probably not penetrate, but it's going to give me smoke. But I think we'll do this. We're gonna do vapor and smoking pipe to intercept this attack over here, and then this bozo's attacking me over here. We can hit them with the deep drag, and then intercept up here with the smoking pipe. And then nobody is attacking ya girl over here. This bozo is attacking me down here. So we're gonna have to intercept that. And then we've got our last 2 attacks, and only one of them can be sucked up by ya girl. Alright, and then I guess we're just going, we have a target, we're just gonna pick a target and go hard with the vapors. No, breakfast. No, breakfast just lost like 50% of her HP in 1 turn. I'm looking at their team, and we did a little bit of damage, but god damn it, if like, yeah, we've got bind all over the place. We can't actually intercept attacks that we want to intercept now. We just kind of have to take whatever they're giving, and that hurts. That hurts real bad. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Smoking pipe. We're gonna have to, we're kind of on the back foot, unfortunately. Like, I could, no, we can't deep drag. I've got guidance of the gears. Is going to get me through this first attack. Or I could do smoking pipe on that one. 3 attacks, 4 attacks, all coming in at the same time on Fatal. Big yikes. And so they're like 7 6s and shit. They're making a new Masters of the Universe movie that I immediately lost interest in because Skeletor is Jared Leto. John, honestly, like, I have no idea how are you still acting? Like, how do you still have a job? Like, he's gotta be somebody's kid or something. I don't know. I don't understand how people, I don't know. I don't understand how sex pests maintain positions inside communities. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm in a weird spot right now because I'm feeling like I'm not gonna be able to survive this, and I'm spooked out because we're doing we did okay in the first turn as far as the exchange, but this next exchange is going to be incredibly painful because I can't mitigate the damage. I can't intercept anybody. And I guess that's their shtick. They use bind to make it so that you can't choose your targets, and then they just get to mass attack you. So while they're mass attacking me, I need to make sure that I am mass attacking them back. So I guess that is the strat, is I need to pick one of them and make sure that one fucking dies this turn. And I guess I could use, instead of using loss of senses on that guy to try to counter. Oh no, I can. Okay, I can. We're oh shit. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, I don't think it's a price I'd be willing to pay, but who knows? Well, I have to go. Have a good one. Have a nice time, calculator. Thank you again for hanging out. It was delightful to see you again. Looking forward to seeing you again next time. Yeah, I mean, I like the classic He-Man Masters of the Universe for basically solely meme reasons, because I think it is funny, not particularly out of a love for the franchise, what it stands for or whatever. And I certainly don't stand sex pests. This hurts. Holy shit. This team is strong. And they just like all targeted Breakfast. Breakfast is just fucking dead. That's their shtick. They pick one character, or two characters in this case. Fatal's the other person that they picked and targeted hard, and Fatal's almost dead. And the person we picked on their team is dead. So we exchanged one person, but god damn, they're just like, oh yeah, you're dead. Yeah, exactly. I like Skeletor. I generally couldn't recall much else from the show. I like most of what Falgrim here is referencing is exactly why I have, this is exactly why I have this right here. This exists, this sticker exists because of the, what is it, 3 Non-Blondes? Or is it 4 Non-Blondes? Is the name of the band? Had that song, Hey Ya? Yeah, that is the reason why I have this mug. Okay, so Fatal is knocked out. That's bad. For a lot of reasons, that's bad. We have a bit of interception that we can do here, but this is gonna hurt. So I will intercept the characters that I can. That's the problem, is I'm basically just on the back foot here. And I can do defensive order to block some of this damage. God damn, this team sucks. Sucks in the sense that they're incredibly good. $9 to 21. If we hit, we're gonna hit first. If we hit them hard enough, we might be able to knock them out before they're able to get a turn. That would be Pog. That would be pretty good. Some might even say that it's the best right now. I think that's the strategy here. And we can intercept this guy up here, so we will do that. And then, I'm sorry, Fatal, you're about to get hit really, really hard and probably die. Yep. There's just nothing I can do about it. God damn. I've from the start on the back foot against these guys, and I don't know how I'm supposed to handle this. I don't know how I could do better. guess Solemn Lament is our only shot of anything in this, is trying to knock somebody out before they get the chance to act. That's the strategy. We'll use Solemn Lament on ya boy back here, and then we've got like enough light to just poke this guy over here. Kyle's getting hit by 2 separate attacks. And then Akasha is gonna get slapped by this guy who's rolled a fucking 8. I guess. I guess that's gonna happen. Oh my god. This sucks. $46 damage. And we're double staggered, I think. What's he coming at me with over here? God damn. I can counter that. What's our bonus on Pierce power over here? He's got +5, I've got +4, and Rhythm. We're bound. Losing speed. This basically, this is like, we're at the turn that's going to make or break. I think if I put both of my attacks into this guy, I might be able to kill him. Maybe. I might be able to kill him. And then next turn, I could start off with Solemn Lament, and then I might be able to stagger the other. Okay, so that's... We're still technically in this. If we have Solemn Lament and enough light next turn, we might be in this. Against the enemy with the lowest current HP. Got Magic Bullet. None of these are ranged. Harmony. Regret. Okay, literally the only play here is to use Solemn Lament and hope that we get a stagger off here. Solemn Lament... We can cast that on the 3 to the 4, right? And then we'll swap over. At least we got Alan's page, the important one. Yeah, that's, I mean, you say at least, I'm not resigned to a loss yet. I still think I might have a decent chance of making it out of this with a win. The important bit is doing enough damage to him to stagger him this turn. And by engaging with his 6 with something that will definitely deal damage to him, I think we might be able to do just that. Now we gotta do Smoking Pipe. Here we go. Yep, he's staggered. We win. That was by the skin of my chinny chin chin. Oh my god, that was so close. But we did it. Night Alls are cooked. And we did get 1 bonus Book of Alan, so a total of 3 Book of Alans. We did gun his ass down. That is exactly what we did. Whew. That my heart rate was elevated. I don't wear a heart rate monitor while I'm playing this game, and Lobotomy Corporation, because I was cool as a cucumber the entire time, like 66. The only time my heart rate raised whenever we did not get Alan. God damn it. But the only time my heart rate raised was whenever I was doing exercises if somebody did Rajio Taiso. Yeah, so I like Alan, strong. I want Alan. I'm gonna burn the Book of Alan again. I want Alan. God damn it. I want Alan. Alan, get in my pocket. So the question is, do we just do that again? And I think the answer is yes. I think we do that again. I want Alan. That's not fair that I burned all of my Alan books and I didn't get Alan. Give me Alan. Put the Alan in the bag. We'll just run it back. We did it by the skin of our chinny chin chins, and we're just gonna run it back. Just let's whatever we just did, just do that again. All right. So I think the play here, of course, we're going to have bind next scene. The damage that they're doing is not insane. Like, it's not, the amount of damage that they're doing is not insane. I think what we need to do is we need to take the people who are going to attack first, right? And we have those people do attacks that inflict smoke and deal a bunch of damage. And then we have everybody who follows up after that hit with loss of senses on the same target. That should get pretty close to killing them and draw a ton of cards. If we're doing this right, we should be able to inflict the smoke on this bozo. Inflicting 3 smoke is as much smoke as we need to be able to fully capitalize on loss of senses. Not fully capitalize on loss of senses. It'll get us close. Where's the? Do we have anybody who's do you have? No, Vapor is all I've got right now. I was kind of looking for a character that might have deep drag is what I was looking for. And we've got deep drag, but it's on our characters who are doing the 5s. And as attractive as that would be to do, I don't think we're gonna do that. Smoking pipe to counter that one, and then we come in here with loss of senses. And then we've already played our big one, so we're gonna do... Actually, we can do loss of senses here with the 2 and have the 4 intercept for somebody and absorb that damage. Yeah, that looks good. So we won't, like I said, we won't be fully capitalizing on loss of senses, but we are going to be getting the bonus or the advantage of playing all of our attacks onto a single character. And if we can take away 2 of their, even if we just stagger them, if we can take away 2 of their speed dice, that is going to be imperative. Like, killing one of them is super, super, super important. God damn, they've almost staggered Akasha in 1 turn. Alright, cool. We got one of them is dead. Thank fuck Christ. And they almost staggered one of my characters. It's an insane proposition over here. Insane. I need to actually counter some of these attacks that are coming in now. Let's see. Do smoking pipe. It'll get me past the first one, and it's possible to survive the second one, although our dodge dice is not terribly great. Defensive order is, we don't have enough light for that. Guidance of the gears. We're just going to take the 3rd hit. So that I think that's unfortunate, but god damn. I hate this enemy. This enemy sucks ass. And we did not get the emotional boost that I thought we were gonna get from that. I thought for sure we were gonna have a bit more emotion from that. I guess we might as well get Deep Drag off before we get staggered, because we're definitely getting staggered this round with her. I think it's canon that everyone hates this guy. He's kind of an asshole. I mean, they're dead, right? They got picked out by the thumb to just die, so it's not like he's going to be tomorrow's problem. He's just a problem for today. But man, is he an obnoxious problem today? And this is what's coming in. No, that's coming in on this over here. My God. And this is not something that we can intercept with anybody. So we're just taking that damage with no choice. Feels pretty shitty. I think most of the attacks are coming back on your girl over here who's got like 1 billion haste. So any overflow attacks, I guess I'm gonna pile onto the same person. And we've got Smoking Pipe, which we'll be able to counter. I guess nothing. Or we'll do it because it'll block some of the damage, but we got Deep Drag and we've got Vapor. I guess Vapor. It's the higher damage of them. Wait, yeah, Vapor is slash damage. We've got bonus to slash damage this turn. And gonna suck. I cannot believe Akasha did not get staggered there. That's unbelievable. Come on, Breakfast. No, Kyle. My beans. Oh, yes! The bozo's fucking dead! We killed another one! Pog! We're doing it! We're doing the thing! Alright, I think this goes on to Fatal, because Fatal has taken the least amount of damage here so far. Unfortunately, Kyle's still knocked out and is just going to take these hits. I think Kyle might be our first casualty. Let's just see. Let's see what we have to work with. We've got 6 smoke down here on your girl at the bottom. She might be one of the targets to do. The defensive die of this bozo up here is increased. So I think it's not worth it to waste our dice or waste our attacks trying to hit him. This one down here, however, has 6 smoke, so bonus damage and haste die. Only haste die. So I think we spend Smoking Pipes blocking that shit, and then we bring our heavy hitters down here at the bottom. Breakfast can drop down a defensive order to block this attack. No. I need something else. Deep Drag? I think Deep Drag. Deep Drag? Yeah, Deep Drag. And then Guidance of the Gears. Alright, and then this bozo in the back is gonna hit me there. And then I think we can spend the extra Vapor on this guy in the back, because I don't think this fish is going to be able to survive getting hit by like 3 Deep Drags and a couple of Vapors. Kyle is cooked. I think he's just dead this time. And we knew that Akasha was going to get stabbed. Yeah, Kyle's dead. big yikes. That's an upset. So is that. Breakfast being at like... No! Shit! Yasad just got staggered. Oh no, she did not get staggered. She's at 2. Fucking 2. And their team emotion level is higher than ours, and we've got 2 people who are staggered, and we do not have the juice to intercept. We just don't have the dice for it. We need our first attack that goes out to counter her. We need her knocked out, so she doesn't get to actually act. We could do defensive order. That should deflect stagger her. That's the highest dice I've got. That's as good as it's gonna get. Everything else is just coming in and it's gonna hit us, and there's nothing I can do about it. God damn, that's seriously, that's so disheartening. Last time, we were able to get our emotional level up higher, faster, I think, and that gave us kind of an edge. We were able to get Solemn Lament out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Akasha's just dead this turn. Breakfast staggered, Akasha dead. Yasad might be dead too. Yep, Yasad's dead. We did manage to get theirs down, so it's still 3-3, but we're in a fucking tight spot. Okay. Mass individual. This is melee? We've got blunt power up this turn. Select ego page. We could take regret because we've got the blunt power up. Solemn Lament. And no, we've got slashing. I love that. Alright. So we need to survive this bozo's attacks. Holy shit. So Solemn Lament, it's gonna stagger this guy, and it might even kill him out the gate. If only I could play 2 of those. I can't though, so. The question is which of these do I clash? Do I clash this one, or do I clash the other one? I think so we've got a 7. Alternatively, instead of clashing with either of these, I could just eat them. It's going to kill her. And when it does, she could be 100% focused on this guy over here and make sure that he dies. I think that might actually be the play. Guarantee that he dies. Are you kidding me? You have to be fucking joking me. He took no stagger damage from any of that. We're cooked. He locked in. He just deflected literally all of it. I didn't even know that was possible. Genuinely, I did not know that that was possible. We lose for sure. It's Jover. No shot. God damn! Again, that is so it's so disheartening because we were so fucking close. Man, that's so disheartening. We lost our Book of the Night All and our Dong Huan Grade 1 Fixer book, but we did get some more Night All books. Just... God damn it. What an asshole. This has to be like the worst. This has to be like the worst fight. No, it's all right. It's all right. We take the L's and we take them in stride. I'm gonna get this guy's card. I'm gonna do it. It's just really, really frustrating that he locked in and just was able to fucking delete me. I hated that. I didn't like it at all. All right, so we're gonna do something similar to what we did before, where we're spending our good stuff. But instead of taking out one of these bozos in the front, we're going for the big boy first. He's got the bonus speed dice slot because he's got a speed 3 and he's got the extra shit. So he's going to be our priority target. And we're going to take our highest dice roll person. We've got a 6 and she doesn't have the card we need to do that with. So we're going to do this. That's a clash. And that will be the first clash, I think. And then all of the other heavy hits are going to be one-sided, and they're going to be loss of senses on this guy. Loss of senses, and loss of senses, and loss of senses. And then the actual counters will be smoking pipes. And we're going to pick up as many as we can, but, you know, it is what it is. We are kind of throwing our attacks really heavily at this guy in the back, because just like we did with the last time, we want to kill one of them right out the gate, right? We want one of them to be cooked. And we've got 2 attacks coming over here. I could use... No, smoking pipe is all I've got. Alright. We've got 1 extra attack over here that is going to be smoking pipe. Alright. Some of them are just going to get their stabbies off, and there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. The problem with this fight is that guy he snowballs completely out of control. It's insane. Please just fucking... My brother in Christ, please just fucking die. I just need him to... Yeah, I need him to just at least get staggered, bozo. Jesus Christ. It's insane how hard he is to kill. Honestly, all of them. It's insane how hard all of them are to kill. It's very, very frustrating. And the fact that we can't intercept anything, I just hate not being able to manage my stuff. With them getting haste and negating the amount of like die manipulation that I have. We boy oh boy, do we just hate that shit. We've got no 0 costs, so literally your boy over here is just gonna sit out a turn. That sucks. No, just some guy. You're all good. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie you watched. What did you see? We're fighting Alan, and this is our third fight with Alan. We have defeated them once. The first encounter we did versus Alan, we did win, but subsequent encounters have been slightly less successful. We failed the second encounter, but we got pretty goddamn close to killing him. He locked in at the end of the last one and just parried all of my Solemn Lament attacks. Like every single one. Just ding, 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 ding. And I hated that. Alright. The problem with this fight, for me, is that he takes away my ability to mitigate damage appropriately. So it makes it really difficult for me to do basically anything. I don't like having my speed dice reduced in power. It feels really bad. It sucks. And I've got two people coming in and attacking Yasad, but there's not really a whole lot I can do about it now, is there? I think we go in for Fatal on a new target. And what do we have over here? We've got this guy up here has bonus to, I think that's speed dice. This guy's got endurance, so I think we're gonna focus Fatal's heavy attack on this guy up here. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully we take that guy out. If he somehow manages to survive our leftover attacks, I'm gonna be really upset. And there goes Kyle, he's staggered again. I wonder how the Unga Bunga squad would go up against these guys. I think the Unga Bunga squad might be who. That fucking Kyle's dead. Oh, I hate this. I hate this enemy squad. They fuck them seriously. Like, oh my god. And he's somehow alive. How the fuck is he alive? I can't with this shit right now. No, you don't get to stay alive. What the fuck? And not only is he still alive, Kyle's dead, and Breakfast is staggered, but the person that we targeted with our bonus attacks last time didn't fucking die. Yeah, this is horse shit, man. This is horse shit. Fuck this guy. fuck this guy. What? No, you don't get to do that. Oh my god, insane. Insane in the membrane. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna bank on Fatal just killing him with this attack. And if she can't kill him through his first attack, then this is just over. But my god, what an obnoxious boss. He's just like, nope, I'm not dead. You can't make me. Let's try to get some light back. We're gonna try to make lemonade. We're gonna try to make lemonade. We're gonna see if we can intercept a little bit for Kyle, and we're gonna see if we can just manage a little bit. I love that this asshole is deciding to attack Yasad in both slots. He's just like, both of his attacks are targeting Yasad. All right, let's just see how it goes. Perfect. Perfect. I love it. All right, I am glad that both of my gambits paid off, but we did just lose Yasad. We killed him, and we staggered one of their other guys, but we've lost two people. We have two whole people that are dead. Two whole ass people are cooked. So we still have the same amount of dice, but they have extra people that are an extra person to attack. This is ass. This fight is ass. Oh my god. Now we're gonna bank on Fatal, or not Fatal. We're gonna somebody who's not getting attacked. We're gonna have Fatal actually defend herself. We're gonna bank on Breakfast being able to one-shot this bozo over here. And this attack over here, this is a 3 to 8 and inflict 1 bind. I think I might actually want to ignore this and dodge for a block or absorb for somebody else, because Akasha's gonna die if she takes that hit. So I think we're gonna absorb for Akasha. And assuming that Breakfast is gonna be able to kill this guy, we'll set all of our targets on, shit. This guy with the 8 in the back, the 3 speed, does have 5 smoke on him. Deep drag and a vapor on this guy. Fuck him up, Fatal. Show him who's boss. And this shit right here is coming in again. Prod the weakness. Like, Akasha's getting targeted by 2 of those. 2 of those attacks are coming in on the same person. Man, these guys, they know exactly what they're doing, and it's disgusting. Yeah, it's very unlikely that Akasha is going to be able to survive this now that I'm looking at it. So we're gonna have to do what we have to. That's Star of the City for you. Even the gen receptions are bitches. Still struggling on that one. Reception. Very last on the right. One guy on the last act is a bitch. My gun team reliably gets through the majority of it, so there's that. That's nice. You gotta love it when a plan comes together. Oh, there goes. We knew that Akasha was definitely going to get staggered, and we kind of thought she would probably die. We did kill the person that we planned to kill. Now our main hope here is Breakfast is staggered. We were not planning on that. Now our main hope here was that guy would get staggered, and he didn't. So that's not good. So far, we don't love it here. We don't love this. So we've got magic bullets synchronized with Darefray shoots for the next 3 scenes. Grinder, which is a mass attack, individual, or regret. Fatal is the only one who is alive right now. Unbelievable. Alright, the first attack coming in here is going to be unblockable, undodgeable. I'm pretty sure that they're just going to kill the other 2 people. So this attack here, we'll use Smoking Pipe to try to absorb it. And Fatal doesn't have any, juice. We don't have enough light to even use Regret, the card we just picked up. Man, fuck this. Fuck this shit. I hate this reception. This reception is ass. I think Unga Bunga team might be a better squad to come in and try to fight these guys. Because what we're doing, it worked just barely. Like, by the skin of our chin, it worked just barely last time. And it's not working. It's just not working. Alright, so 8 is coming in first, and that attack, we should be able to stagger that guy if we hit him with, like, a vapor, right? This guy over here, if we can Solemn Lament him, we might be able to stagger him. And then we've got Smoking Pipe. The best we can hope for is just to get 2 staggers and barely manage to survive this encounter. How? How are you blocking that shit? Fuck off. Fuck all the way off with that. So Fatal just locked in and killed 2 of them by herself, so that's pretty cool. When hit against an enemy whose HP is at 50% or lower, seal 1 speed die of the target twice per scene, excludes mass attacks. On each successful hit, a random ally takes 3 stagger damage and gains 1 strength next scene. Magic bullet on use synchronized with dare phrase shoots for the next 3 scenes. I don't know what that means. And of course this asshole is attacking on the same spot. Well, Solemn Lament is back. We are back with Solemn Lament. We have it. So we're gonna use it. Because why the absolute shit wouldn't we? We just have to hope that he's not using any block die, so he should just take Solemn Lament right to the face. And if he does, I don't think he's going to enjoy the outcome. Is Fatal about to just, like, lock the fuck in and kill them? Yes! Yes! Fatal just killed 3 of them. Complete a reception after both sides have team emotion levels level 5. I just got an achievement for that. Oh my god. Absolutely no good reason Fatal should have. This is we are screenshotting this right here. What reception are you referring to? Which one reception? There are a lot of receptions. The middle left one? No, I haven't tried that one yet. It was you, Wolgafer, who wanted me to try that, right? I can't remember if it was you or just some guy. I know somebody wanted me to do this middle left one. And I said I was going to do it first thing, and then I was like, wait, if you're not there first thing, then you're going to miss the reception. So I held off on doing it. Alright, so we'll do that now. Of course, not now after I burn these Alan books, because fuck that guy. Give me your page, Alan. Just put your page in the bag. You owe me. There we go. Turd. Alright. We got him. We got him. I pushed for the far right. Has not been so bad for me. I don't know, the far right historically is not looking very good. We're gonna go middle left because I promised. And I made a Thomas promise. And when you make a Thomas promise, you goddamn follow through with it. I think we're just gonna go, yeah, we're just gonna roll those dice. We're gonna go with the smoke deck and see how it goes. You called me here all of a sudden. What's up? A yesterday's promise, one might say. It's true. Only book if LobCorp, I'm terrified. Yeah, we're gonna see. Typically, when we put down like a fight with Argalia as our introductory fight, I'm scared to go on to the next level. You called me here all of a sudden. What's up? Remember when I said we might be able to lure the blue reverberation using a theoretical book of the red mist? So you're ready to do that? Hold on. You aren't actually going to turn Gebera into a book, are you? I wouldn't do such a ruthless thing. There's a few things the red mist left behind, and I could use them to invite the red mist in her former glory as our guest. I think I could recreate her somehow, though she can only exist within the bounds of the library, of course. So we're basically simulating her. I suppose you could put it that way. But we need books to invite guests here. What kind of books are we going to have to prepare for attracting the red mist? Books about Lobotomy Corporation. That's the deal, huh? I get the gist of it. Alright, now I understand why you wanted to do this. And I plan to limit certain patron librarians from receiving the red mist, because she's too tough for them. That's not the reason, no. Could the red mist stomach wielding her blade against those she worked with? It'd clearly have adverse effects on both sides. It's better to have her fight complete strangers, huh? The red mist of the past. Who knew that we'd be facing her in person? It's intriguing indeed. How does it feel? Thrilling, but also makes me worried. The hell is this place? Oh, by the way, there's a, like, on the Discord, I did make a video that's a compilation of, the encounter that I had with the Red Mist from Lobotomy Corporation, and the ending was really funny because, she chose Necro, and Necro's the one who told me to choose, Jebra. He wanted to be in Jebra's, section. And she chose Necro as her target to squish and turn into paste. So she charged all the way across the entire field and just unga bunga smashed him. And then we defeated her that round. And I recorded it, and I whacked it up and made a little video out of it that I put onto the... there's a link in the Discord, so if you wanted to ! Discord and see that, it's a pretty funny fight. The hell is this place? This is my first time seeing you in this form, Jebra. Jebra, what gibberish are you saying, and who are you? That's a fair reaction, I suppose. Should I call you Kali, then? I said, who are you? I'm Angela, the director and librarian of my role's namesake. I invited you here. What? Library? Invited? Am I in yet another weird factory or some shady experimenting grounds? No, wait, that still doesn't make sense. I could have sworn I was inside the laboratory on the fringe of the outskirts. I need to know who you exactly are at the moment, so let me ask you a few questions. Do you happen to have acquaintances with a person named Carmel? I knew it. Some wing must be pulling this bullshit trying to trample on us, huh? There's no need to be so wary. Answer a few questions of mine, then I can give you the answer you lot are looking for? That doesn't feel like something Angela would say. That's why I got confused. We beat the Red Mist once, we can do it again. That's true. Cogito, a book containing the information on how to obtain the substance you're desperately looking for, is waiting beyond this door. You lot, Angela, there's one... exactly, I was like, what the fuck did you just say? I simply want to make an offer. What do you want? I'm warning you, if you try to pull any nonsense on me, this place is going to be reduced to rubble. It's simple. First, I want to know the current situation of your group. If I answer your questions, you'll tell me how to get Cogito for sure, right? Of course. Mountains of books containing various kinds of knowledge are stored here. I simply record and collect such books. Alright, I'll trust you this once. Good. Is Daniel among your peers? If you're talking about that blue-haired nerd, then yeah. How about Lisa? She's with us. Enoch's corpse is in storage after an experiment on him went wrong, if I'm correct. Then I suppose Elijah is naturally still working there. Yes. It must be when the Red Mist was writing her own legend. The time when she struggled to protect the grief-stricken Carmen and her colleagues from the outside threats. How pitiful is there a word to describe how unfortunate your situation was? Every researcher in Carmen's team must have been walking on eggshells, cautious not to hurt her further with words. They consoled her in her presence, but probably resented her behind their back. She started the whole project with her convincing speeches, but the research showed no progress, and all they'd been seeing were losses and sacrifices. Don't you find her hypocrisy of demurely perpetuating sins while preaching goodness despicable? Look, my patience has its limits. If you don't tell me how to acquire Cogito properly, then I won't simply pass over what you just said. You have no right to make a mockery of our efforts, or her sincerity. No, right, you say. No right, you say. Never mind. I suppose that was too hostile of me. I won't even gain anything from saying such bitter things to you now. At least you have the heart to apologize. I know when to admit my faults, that's all. Kali, let me ask you one question. What is it? I've seen many sides of fixers while taking care of this place. Most of them were motivated by wealth and fame. But you're different. Even without the promise of payment, you were willing to protect Carmen and everyone else in her laboratory. I ain't exactly a charity worker, you know. How could you do it then? How did you bring yourself to help them unconditionally when you had nothing to gain from it? Is that supposed to be some kind of a taunt, or are you actually curious? I thought your behavior was pathetic at first. You had the power to earn anything for which everyone strove, so I wondered why you would bother taking the path no one else would. I was looking at the matter in a simple way. You would take nothing in the end. But then I began to think that maybe my lack of knowledge is hindering my assessment of you. I thought my impression of you might change if I heard answers from you directly. You think I'm getting the short end of the stick, huh? I do. At least the other researchers could earn money and honor. What will you have gained? Can you keep doing what you're doing even if your efforts are unrewarded or a bitter end awaits? Even if? You lot probably refers to the OG research group. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured she was talking about, because otherwise it would literally make no sense. He's a practicer of Ainism. Yeah. Follow the dear leader all the way into the pit of despair and hell. Disregard that. Anyhow, is your job truly worth it? The tangible rewards you talked about, like money? Nah, I don't expect any of that. There's only one thing I'm looking forward to at the end of it all. Carmen's purpose coming into fruition. I'm pretty sure everybody in the team's thinking the same thing. I won't resent them if I suffered something awful or even died in that process. At worst, I blame myself for being incapable. The reason I can do this and become more stalwart for every day that passes is, I guess you wouldn't understand, even if I told you, because you never saw it, the strength in her eyes and voice. I suppose that's enough. Thank you for your answers. I'll explain the rules as a matter of form. The book containing the method of extracting Kogito lies beyond that door. To earn that book, you'll have to fight with your life on the line. If you die, you'll become a book yourself, and if you survive, you return to your friends with the book in hand. Do you agree to the terms? You aren't giving it away for free, huh? I'm all for this kind of measure, actually. It doesn't leave any further trouble. I agree, so open up that door. You're trusting me more easily than I thought. I don't have the time to tell shit from shoe polish. I want to be a help to them as soon as I can. If it turns out to be a lie, though, you're going down with this place. Good. I like your composure. I was expecting you to be a bit more rampageous. Then, Kali, may you find your book in this place. Honestly, this is probably the first time. I think this is probably the first time that Angela has, like, full-on explained the rules. This is like the first time she's actually explained the rules. You may control patron librarian Bina for this battle. None of the other patron— wait, I can also control Jebra for this battle. That's cool. Here's the question. Do I go Bina or do I go Jebra? Which I think, like, 700 HP. Holy fucking shit. Do I do Bina or do I do Jebra? I kind of want to do Jebra. Yeah, I kind of want to do Jebra because she is, oh, and Roland is available as well. I kind of want to do Jebra because she is, she's, you know, fighting herself. But also, like, patron librarian, Bina is holy shit stacked. She's got her own shit. She's got her own special deck. I didn't even know— I honestly, I didn't even know that. You can't use Bina out in, like, a regular spot. Take X damage every time a die rolls. At the end of the scene, take X damage and halve the stack. So I kind of feel like Bina— god damn, Bina's deck is really good. Target's current die cannot be recycled. Inflict 3 fairy on the target. Target's current die cannot be recycled. And give 3 protection to all allies this scene. Yeah, the fairy is like bleed but stronger. We're not scared of Bina when she's on our team. If I'm controlling Bina, I'm not scared of Bina. Alright, let's check out Kali's passives. She's got a fucking book over here. Restore 1 additional light and draw 1 more page each scene. When HP drops to 350, fully recover stagger resist and manifest ego. HP cannot drop below 350 before this occurs, once per reception. After losing ego manifested status, regain it in 3 scenes. If the character enters a new act after having manifested ego, this reception manifests it on the second scene. There are 3 floors that are available for this. So that means I can fight, fail, and come back and fight again, and fail and come back and fight again. Gain counter die /4 to 8 at combat start. So she just has an automatic counter. So there are no free lunches here. The first attack, whatever the first unguarded attack that comes in needs to be higher than 4 to 8 slash. And then the strongest. Choose the speed die with the lowest value. The speed values of the dice change to the maximum possible value. And then she's got upstanding slash 6 to 10, 6 to 9, blunt. If 8 or more damage was dealt with this page, draw 1 page and reduce the cost of all other upstanding slashes by 1. Spear. If 8 or more damage was dealt this page, draw 1 page and reduce the cost of all other spears. Evade or more damage was done. Restore 2 light and reduce the cost of all other level slashes by 1. 8 to 12 defense. On hit, gain 3 strength next scene. On hit, destroy a combat page set on another random speed die of the target. And mass attack 28 to 42 summation. Targets every enemy. A successful hit destroys the target's combat page or action die. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. What? Huh? Holy shit. Just don't get hit. Do people talk about Kali like JJK narrator talk about Satoru Gojo? Nobody had ever manifested ego before then, with the exception of Kali, of course. She's basically Gojo. She's the best right now. She's the best. So here we go. We need to think about this for a second. Because we have Roland, just want to point this out here. Roland can level up if we do another boss fight. That would give us access to more characters. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna run Jebra as she is with the Necro, Verdigris, and Phil build. And we will fall to Roland on the bench, and I think Bina will be our last string. Listen, it says floors available 3. That means this isn't done. This isn't one and done. We're gonna start with Jebra, and we're gonna fall back to Roland, and Bina will be the last. I think it's thematically appropriate. In Infinity? What? Infinity? What? Okay, I guess she's the music is pretty baller. I guess she's just like, fuck you. I do what I want. That's fantastic. All right, well, Verdigris is gonna have to counter that with what she's got. I guess we'll go in with everybody else, and then this 5 that Kyle's got will be the last hit, and we'll do Forceful Gesture to try to counter that. It's a pretty good bet, I think. Let's do an Execute and a To Overcome Crisis, and we'll do... Man, that sucks. So we've got a Repressed Flesh over here, but we don't have the ability to play 2 cards because we don't have a Puppet Blockade. Oh, she just gets an extra speed dice. And they're both infinity. Man, fuck off. 20 to 39. Destroy a combat page. Set another random speed die of the target. Okay, destroy a combat page set on another random speed die of the target. So that means we set a card to attack here, and then we do not set a second card out. We set this to go in, and we do not play something else with Eugen's hand. If we're speed dice tie, they all become infinity. Jesus Christ. That's, that is one way of doing it, I guess. And remembering that she always has something to counter. She's never receiving a uncontested attack. She always has the ability to defend herself. All right, so unfortunately Kyle's only got Gee to play. Or I guess we do Puppet Blockade this turn. and then we hold off on playing anything else to play 2 cards next turn. That's a really cool animation. So far as I can tell, she seems to be enduring a lot of the damage. So this only happens once. At the start of the scene, gain strength based on the amount of damage taken in the previous scene. 1 strength per 5 damage up to 2. Counter die, gain 1. We don't have any counter die. So we'll do Vengeance. And I'm gonna slap it on Deborah. We'll see how it plays. And she just gets another speed die. Holy shit. She's getting warmed up. And they're all infinity. Fuck off! No! And she's attacking Verdigris with both attacks. That's not fair! She's cheating! Somebody stop her! Alright, so I guess that's just gonna happen. Not really anything I can do about it. Kyle is gonna get hit with the other one over here, and we could do a repressed flesh. I'm just upset that she's emotional level 3 and we haven't gotten leveled up at all in our. We're not even close to emotional. I need to be more emotional over here. Boundary of Death does in fact outroll that. Oh, seriously? Really? So bod is something I need to save to give her the smackdown with then. That's good to know. Thank you for the bit of info. She's just gonna get another speed die? Well, she didn't get another speed die this time. That's good. She doesn't need it. Okay, she doesn't need it. Alright, let's see. Who can actually intercept? Kyle is gonna need to counter this. He's gonna need to engage with this one over here. And then we have Gigi, but that's not going to be able to counter that fully. Yeah. I don't love this. Don't love this. We could repressed flesh on this, and that should be able to counter that. At the very least, it gives us a shot of surviving it. But we don't. We're gonna be hurting for light next turn unless we emotion our way up. All right, then Jebra is taking 2 attacks. We're not going to be able to counter all this. We're gonna be able to hit with 1, and then we'll be able to Gigi this one. But Gigi is not going to be enough. Is likely not going to be enough to survive that. I thought I was countering that. I think I did it backwards. There we go. Only 1 infinity. She's going easy on us. That's true. She is going easy on us with playing only a single infinity. Okay. I'm gonna Gigi to recover. Kyle's got some leftover light, so let's use it on the Gigi. I'm genuinely, so far, pretty impressed with this build, as it's been able to hold on. It's been able to hold the line. That first hit that Yujin took, or Necro took, really sucked. Didn't love that, but so far we've been able to do okay. We're holding the line. She's got another speed die. Oh my god. It just, of course it ramps up. We knew, right? Like, we knew it was likely to just continue to ramp up, but god damn. And this is she gains 3 strength next scene on hit. And we can do a Gigi to counter that. Forceful gesture. This is coming in on the infinity. I've got a 7 that could pull this in, but I'm not so sure I'd want to do that. I'm impressed the goons are making it so far. All it takes is for her to ramp up just a scotch more, and our team is absolutely boned. Like, she's coming in right now on Necro with all of these attacks. This 5 should be able to intercept this over here, but we don't have anything that's going... I guess Execute is going to be able to ignore the first 2, but the third one is going to hit us. And then Kyle, Forceful Gesture, and DPP. We're able to bonk her, but what I'm noticing here is that the amount of damage that we're doing is hampered by her resistances. So this Unga Bunga build is fine and all, but it is not the best build for fighting her. There are other builds that I'm sure would be better for dealing damage to her. I just want to stagger her, please. Yes! And it's, you know what really sucks? Because I just noticed this. We just staggered her, right? So we get a free turn to bonk her. Guess what? She's just gonna recover. She's just gonna recover. Because she can only take 24 more damage before her damage gets locked. HP cannot drop below 350 before this occurs. So her special thing is going to stop us from being able to do any more damage to her. So right now we can take a turn to kind of warm up, basically to recover light if we need to, but we're not going to be able to actually... Yeah, she's getting Abno pages. Yeah, we're not going to be able to actually do anything to her this turn. So we finally got the stagger off, and guess what? There's no fucking payoff. Cause fuck you. It sucks. Genuinely it sucks. And there it is. That's as much damage as we're allowed to do to her. Now she's hard locked. Every enemy gets them with emotion levels. They're generic. Achievement. Have Jebber a manifest ego of the red mist during the reception. Well, I mean, like, that's part, it's like a story thing. So she's got, Greater Spirit Horizontal. This is our mass summation that we saw before that is gonna suck. But we should have enough to counter it. If everybody works together, we should have enough to counter it. One of the things that I'm a little concerned about, though, is that it's gonna roll our first die. I wonder if Boundary of Death rolls max on this. If Boundary of Death would count towards that. We're gonna cross our fingers and we're gonna hope that that's the case. Because Forceful Gesture only can roll a max of 8. And this can only roll a max of 7, and this one can only roll a max of 7. So our first roll, I think, is the roll that actually triggers for this. And you either meet it, or you're screwed. And I think for this particular deck, the Smoke deck would have a much easier time handling this mass summation. For sure, 100%. Yeah, summation is all of them. But what I'm saying here is that our first attack... Wait, all of them? All of the die rolled together? I thought it was the first die of every character rolled together. All the dice? Okay, never mind. Then we might actually be okay. We might actually not be completely fucked. We'll see. We might not actually be completely boned. I mean, Verdigris is. Verdigris is fucked, because she's just decided that Verdigris is dead this turn. So Verdigris is in trouble, but everybody else is okay. I kind of want to play a recoup card on Necro. Yep. No, I don't think what you said is true. I don't think what you just said is true. I don't think it's all of the dice collective on the page. Otherwise, we definitely would have beaten that. The minimum roll, yeah, we're cooked. The minimum roll on that card, is it forceful gesture. I can't see it right now because we're dead. But I think the minimum roll on forceful gesture is like, it's really high. The maximum roll is in the double digits, in the high double digits, but the minimum roll is high as well. I need to double check. But if we were rolling all of those together, the minimum rolls matched up, I think would have, and I can't even look at it here. That's ass. Let me see. Gesture. It's 5 to 16, so 9 each. If we rolled the minimum roll on all of those would have been 9. Yeah, she rolled a 30, but if we had it's mass summation, isn't it? Wouldn't that be all of the die of the people rolled together? Or are you saying that mass summation is all of the die on that individual card rolled at the same time, and we have to individually roll against that? That confuses me. So my understanding of mass summation was that it attacks, say you have 3 people, all 3 of them play a card. It takes the total of all 3 of those cards, and all 3 of those cards together are what fights against her. The number of all of the people rolling together fights against her thing. But what you're saying is that it takes all of the rolls of the card for that individual person that they played and adds that all together, and that's their number, and each person individually fights against her mass attack. Okay, that makes sense then. I didn't know that that's how mass summation worked. I thought it worked the first way. What you're saying goes against my original understanding of the system. All right, Roland is our second string. I don't even know what I'm gonna use in the third string. Like, holy shit. I don't have a lot of. I guess Bina comes built in with her own deck, so she's just gonna have to figure it out, and we'll need to just put together 3 key pages to handle. This sucks, man. Also, I think before I come and do this again, we're gonna need to have Roland bring in a 5th person. If I can't manage to beat her this time, I'm gonna need to bring Roland in with a 3rd person. Love that she's coming in right out the gate with 2 infinities on the same person. We love to see that. That's fantastic. Very, very cool and fair and balanced. Very fun. Even. Okay, so let's hit her with the old, let's see, we've got gain 4 smoke. Yeah, so we're gaining smoke. We need to put smoke on her. We can inflict 3 over here with deep drag, and we can do loss of senses to gain, but we don't have the light regeneration for Keldy, so Keldy is going to be kind of screwed for follow-up turns. Smoke deck strong. Smoke deck feels real good. Oh, fuck. God damn it. And here she comes with a 28 to 42. She rolled low last time, and 28 minimum. I'm trying to look around here. Like, I don't see anything. Like, I guess deep drag comes kind of close. If anybody has deep drag and can play it, they might be able to survive. If we min roll on this, that's 14. If we max roll, that's what is that, 24? We can't even beat the minimum roll on this if we roll loss of senses. Literally I can't. Like, I guess the best thing we could hope for is to mitigate some of the damage. Vapor can't handle it. Literally, literally, I don't think we can do this. I don't think we can block this. And I thought here it says, let's see. If the character enters a new act after having manifested ego, this reception manifested on the second scene. Fuck, this is the second scene. I thought it said the third scene. I thought I would get a stay of execution. I mean, I don't think she's going to be able to kill us in one shot with this. So I think the goal here is going to be to mitigate the damage any way that we possibly can. We've got a 3 to 8, and we gain smoke. We've got I guess smoking pipe is gonna be the best we can do, because that is going to block some of the damage, I think. Guidance of the gears, because Keldy still doesn't have any of that shit. Whatever happens, I think we're about to gain some options in our emotion level. Scale of the Dragon recoil twin meteors, great split horizontal. She just ults immediately. It's a good strat. Well, to be fair, she's still emotional from the last fight, so you can't really be. It's such a cool looking attack. It just instantly. Wait, it staggered them. I thought it killed them. Honestly, I thought it killed them. Oh, so she's doing her 14 to 26 attack over here, which is definitely going to hit him. And it's infinity, so it goes first, guaranteed. I love that Keldy just didn't get to act that last turn, so Keldy just didn't get the benefit of the cards that I played last turn. That's really obnoxious. That's fucking stupid. I guess Ferret's just gonna fucking die. I'll play a defensive card, and Ferret's just gonna get knocked out. I honestly, I don't even think I should play another card, because it's going to not happen. Yeah. 9 stagger damage. And oh my god. What? Is she hitting everybody? What the hell? Oh my god. I hate this. I don't like losing control of my character. I really don't like losing control of my character. This is like worse. This sucks so much ass. Alright, loss of senses over here. She does just ult immediately. On rush is gonna go hard. On rush keeps going as long as she staggers something she kills. Oh my god. Well, Keldy is for the team. Keldy is just going to eat all of this damage. I think he's just dead. Yeah, he's dead. We're gonna do as much damage as we can. So far, we've gotten 100 damage in on her. At the start of the scene, randomize the cost of all pages whose original cost is less than 4. Shuffle all pages into the draw pile and draw 4 pages. Gain 1 to 2 strength at the end of each scene. At the end of each scene, if the librarian did not deal any damage with offensive dice, they lose 25% of max HP. That's fine. Alright. It's 4 to 8. Defensive order gets us pretty close. Deep drag definitely hits first. So we're gonna do deep drag. Her infinity attack is coming over here. Deep drag on the infinity attack. Okay. And then the next attack is like there's nothing we can do about it. We're just get hit by it, I guess. God, that's so obnoxious. So we could do Vapor, or we could do Loss of Senses. I'll buy the coffins. Come on, some guy, give me some credit. We still have 3 people that are alive with some HP. And I don't think she stays in this form the whole time, right? Or does she just stay manifesting ego just permanently? If so, I'm in trouble. Dice power +1 can stack up to 5. Okay, so at least she's only red missed 1. Alright, so I guess we just come in with whatever we can at this point. We're gonna try to Smoking Pipe to keep... Is it Deep Drag? Yeah, I guess Smoking Pipe. Unfortunately, like, I don't want to play Smoking Pipe. I'd rather play Guidance of the Gears or something that will give me more damage. Like, I want to do more damage, but unfortunately I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh my god. Oh god, she's got all of her dice this turn. Oh no, this is bad. 14 to 16 coming out on ya boy. 14 to 26. Pardon me. That was how foolish of me. If the target is defeated or staggered, use this page again on a random enemy. God damn. I think damage mitigation is the way to go for this. I'm pretty sure she could just keep manifesting ego. I think she just stays in ego mode, which sucks. We get one turn where we get to attack, and then she starts in on us. Alright, so we've got a 7. We can intercept something here to be able to give ya boy a turn. Let's see. We can come in and we can do Vapor on one of these attacks. Or we could do Deep Drag? Yeah, we could do Deep Drag on one of these attacks to absorb it for Roland, so that Roland gets to maybe do something next turn. Do defensive... No, defensive order is just going to take away my ability to play Vapor this turn. We just eat one attack and get a Vapor off. We're literally just trying to do as much damage as we possibly can this turn. We're doing it one turn at a time, as much as we can, one turn at a time. We'll use Guidance of the Gears to try to block as much of this fuck you attack that's coming in, but there's very little we can do against it. There it comes. He survived though, so it didn't push through, and she's lost another 200 hit points through the duration of this fight. So she's now at 152. Like, honestly, what more could you ask of this team? He's got the Pinocchio nose. I love that. I love that for him. He rolled a 12, but 12 does not beat infinity. Yeah, so we're doing Greater Split Horizontal first. That's gonna happen first. And Mickey's cooked. There's no way Mickey survives this. Oh my god. It's fun. It's fun. We're having fun. Mickey, you did your best. We rolled a 23. He's cooked. Oh yeah, we did 200 damage to her with our smoke team. So I don't think that we are in a unwinnable situation. Now the question is, like, what the hell am I gonna do with this team? We've got Alan's page, which we haven't built anything with. We've got Dong Huan, grade 1 fixers page, and we've also got Bamboo Hatted Kim's page, has still not been played. We also have Unstable Page of the Crying Children, which is another one that we haven't touched. So Bina is gonna step in with, you know, with 3 pretty good builds. I'm gonna make something for Unstable Page of the Crying Children. We're winging it here. We can't fuck with passive attribution. We're just gonna roll with what's already on the deck. So obviously for Tatiana, we see we've got Stiletto, and chink in the armor. If the speed is greater than the target's by 3 or more, destroy a block die. Let's take a look at our Pierce cards. Stiletto, I think, is one that we definitely are going to bring in. We've got Gap Attack as a 0 cost and gains haste, but it's not going to give us, it's not going to help us with our light, which we have a big problem with light. Guidance of the Gears with the bonus to pierce damage, I think is a shoo-in. We definitely bring that one in. Shoving Stab. Prod the Weakness. Now this one I think for sure is one we're gonna need to have. Prod the Weakness doesn't have any draw, which is, I'm not exactly used to that. I think Disgorge Innards would be better if I was running heavier on Bleed, and we'll consider that for other builds. Go all range solely for the sake of fuck you. That's actually a pretty decent strategy. I do hate range. I definitely hate dealing with range, but you make an incredibly good point. Burn and Bleed or free damage is kind of where I'm at right now, though. I think we could get in one really good first turn. She's weak to slash. Weak, air quotes, to slash. So I think we're going to lean a little bit into Pierce here because slash and blunt dice power is -2. So basically, it's dead to me. But I think doing, not Gap Attack. I don't want Gap Attack in here. What I want is I want to have a third Guidance of the Gears. And the reason for that is because I'm going to need, oh fuck, no, Smoke! Smoke screws me if I do that. Smoke gives me, I take bonus damage. Up to 40% bonus damage. I think, no, at 10 stacks it's 50%. I can't remember, but it's, you take a ton of extra damage for that. Let me take a look at what we've got for light options. We'll look one back. Extract Fuel. That's an option. We could run 3 Extract Fuel. I think, yeah. So the thing I'm most worried about here is not having enough light to engage. But with Shoving Stab and Extract Fuel, that's a 3 cost total that we'll be able to use and cycle pretty regularly. Shoving Stab having the extra draw page, I think, is going to be kind of crucial to this build. Stab. So I think I'm going to run 3 Shoving Stabs. Now, that's a lot of draw at a 2 cost. Let me see what else we've got here. Seize Ya Chance. Seize Ya Chance. That's a minimum of 9 and a maximum of 24 when rolled together. So, looks attractive at a first glance for, you know, it looks attractive at a first glance for summation, but it's not going to be enough. Gap Attack is probably fine. Gap Attack, it's not that Gap Attack is bad, it's that it gives me haste, which doesn't matter when my opponent is rolling infinity die, and it doesn't give me light, which is what I absolutely, like, you have to remember, we're starting out at 0 emotion level. It doesn't matter that, you know, it doesn't matter that we've done 2 fights before. This team is at 0 emotion level. That means that we are going to need the light, like, every turn, or we just don't get to act on turns. Considering that we're just trying to push out as much damage as we possibly can to try to get her down, I think it's important to have a set of cards that we will be able to cycle multiple times. And I think we have something that could work. We're gonna not Vapor. Not that either. We're gonna do another prod the weakness. So we'll have a stiletto to prod the weakness. Let's just hope we don't draw in the beginning and have no options to do anything on the second turn. If we get a bad draw in the beginning, it could be really bad. All right, let's check this. Speed 3, when we get to emotion level 3, offensive dice gain 1 power at emotion 3 or above. Offensive dice on the first combat page the character uses each scene gain an additional effect. 1 hit, inflict 2 bleed. At emotion level 1 or above, gain 1 protection and stagger protection at the start of the scene. The amount increases to 2 at emotion level 3 and 3 at emotion level 5, and deal 3 bonus damage against enemies with bleed. So let's check our bleed options here in the beginning. This is great. Class and respect, restore 2 light, inflict 2 bleed next scene. Inflict 1 bleed next scene with mangle. And it's got some pretty decent, man, I wish I could modify the page here. And draw 1 page, inflict 3 bleed next scene, 7 to 15. It's good. It's pretty good. Pretty goddamn good. Damage increases by the amount of bleed on the target. Not enough combat pages. We are out of critical moment. And we're out of shoving stab, which is fine, right? That's fine. Question here, and this would be probably for somebody who's more knowledgeable. But on clash win, that means we actually have to clash for that to count. So there needs to be a clash. It needs to win that dice clash, and then we get to do the bleed. That's correct, right? Inflict 2 bleed. This will be our light restoration. Mangle. Unopposed attack doesn't count. I thought so. Yeah. Alright, so we're looking... Mangle looks attractive. I'll just say that out the gate. Mangle does look attractive. If this didn't give smoke, I would probably bring it. If it didn't give me smoke. Yeah. I think Mangle's not bad. Let's check what we've got for bleed in the previous Urban Nightmare. We've got For the Family, and we've got Flesh Fillet. Inflict 1 bleed next scene per 2 stacks of smoke on the target. Like, if we were doing anything with smoke, I think this would be better, but I don't think... Yeah, I don't think this is worth it. Inflict 2 bleed next scene and give 1 protection to 2 random allies for the family. And Hidden Blade. Circus Knives. Yeah, none of this is really... Sayo has a page that makes you apply more bleed. Yeah, that's ages ago though, isn't it? Inflict 1 bleed next scene, inflict 2 bleed next scene. That's ages ago. The numbers on these older ones are just too... I think they're just too low. Inflict 3 bleed next scene, inflict 3 bleed next scene. Tailoring, it looks good, but it is way too fucking expensive. And the numbers 6 to 10, that ain't cutting it, Chief. That ain't a lot. That's not enough. The com wall. Don't clash, then just stack bleed. Yeah. Sharpened Blade has 2 bleed. Inflict 1 bleed, inflict. That's a total of 3 bleed for Beyond the Shadow. We would be essentially what you're saying is just ignore bleeding or ignore attempting to. Let's see, we've got 1 hit, inflict 2 bleed with that. This is 2 bleed total, and that's just 1 hit. Critical moment is on clash. On clash win inflicts 3 bleed, but that's got our page draw. Do we have anything here that'll inflict bleed and give us like draw? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think Mangle is bad per se. I'm a little bit concerned. I guess we could have Disgorge Innards as a backup. Mangle is some bleed, but I feel like that's too many ducks in one basket. Too many ducks in one basket. Too many birds in one stone. Yeah. I just, like, I feel like going back multiple sections is going to kind of screw me. But the bleed cards I have just don't seem that good. 2 bleed next scene for a 2, and this does give 1 protection to 2 random allies. This one is a 1 cost that inflicts 2 bleed, but we already have that with basically the same damage that also restores light. Yeah, I don't know. Like, having more die to roll would be pog, but we don't really, we've got what we've got, right? I guess I'll throw in tailoring because I don't have a lot of high cost cards. Add 2 power to the next die on a clash loss and inflict 2 bleed next scene. Yeah, no. Inflict 3 total bleed for Beyond the Shadow. We'll just throw that in there. Alright, let's see about burn. Let's see what we have for burn. Not a lot total for burn. On clash win, inflict 2 burn. On hit, inflict 2 burn. I think Searing Sword, we're gonna need to bring in 3 of those. Inflict 1 burn. Do we have anything that generates light and inflict burn? I don't think so. Flash of Sunup just does 1 burn. This does burn, burn, burn. That's 3 total burn. Sick burn, even. We absolutely need to have something that is going to give us card draw. And we need something. I guess we'll take 1 Feather Shield. I don't like taking Flash of Sun up here. It's one of my favorite cards in the game, but it's just, it's outranked. It's just not, it's not good anymore. You have a filter on? Yeah, I know, I have burn filter. I have burn filter on. Ah, okay. Yeah, sorry, no, I'm stupid. We're resetting. Alright, we have more cards now. Can only be used at emotion level 3 and above. Inflict 10 burn. We'll bring one of those. Taste My Flaming Bat's got the 2 burn in it. We don't... inflict 3 burn, deal 3 damage to self. I like that. We'll just kill ourselves, but do a ton of burn on the way out. Stigmatize, gain 1 negative emotion point. Fierce Charge, inflict 3 burn. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not seeing a lot of light options here. There's like no light options for burn and no draw either. Like Fierce Charge is definitely, I think, pound for pound our highest damage plus burn infliction, which is great. Searing Sword I think overall does more damage. It's got less minimum damage potential, but slightly higher max damage potential, and inflicts an extra burn. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that doing Fierce Charge plus Set Fire. But now we have a we'll do 1 less Set Fire and 1 less Fierce Charge. Now we need light. There's no 2 bones about it. We absolutely need to have light generation. If we don't have it, we're cooked. Well, we can slap some of these in here. That'll give him some bleed. He doesn't do the, he doesn't have a bonus with bleed, but extra bleed's extra bleed, baby. Then we can take a look at not light generation, but draw. Vapor's got the draws. Do we have anything else that's got card draw? Flash of Sunup exists and has draw. It is a 1 cost. Yeah, I don't We're gonna take a Vapor. Basically, we just don't have a lot of card draw with John over here. All right, yeah, we're just gonna run with it. We'll see what happens. That was a long intermission. Thank you for waiting, Deborah. Appreciate you, boo. She only has the 3 dice right now. This is our moment to do as much damage as we possibly can. Inflict 1 bind next scene. That's going to lower her total options for next turn. All right, let's take a look at Bina's stuff. Seal a speed die of a target for the next scene. Seems pretty good. 1 hit, seal a speed die of the target for the next scene. Alright, and we're mangling. Mangling is 3 to 5, 3 to 6, 3 to 5. That's not gonna cut it. I think we do class respect, and we understand class and respect. We understand that we're not going to hit with that, and then we do that. All right, now we set fire, and we do class and respect. All right, get him, Vina! Kill her ass. Eight fire. We got 8 fire and 4 bleed on her. Oh, sorry, 6 fire. Interesting. We only managed to mass individual on use, give 5 protection to. Okay, we can't do that anyway. It doesn't matter. I think we're like 28th of there's nothing I can do about this. I don't have enough damage. 6 to 15. What this is 11 to 20 11 to what is that 23? That's not that yeah, we can't even if we spent everything we had, we can't match this. And I think that'll just get your girl back there staggered. We went really hard on what is this? It's a 6. We don't have anything higher than a 6. So we are taking this. There's nothing we can fucking do about it. We are taking this. Alright, Degraded Fairy comes in and attacks first. Because it's ranged. This turn is light restore. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. I don't even know if we're gonna have the juice to be able to actually get that done, though. Unfortunately. We'll just have to see how it goes. Like, we can contest this, but I don't think it's going to do us any good to contest this. Like 5. God damn it. 40. We did get some burn on her, but now we've got one person staggered. Okay, cool. She apparently doesn't have enough cards. She's starting to get tired. Alright, we could do Degraded Shockwave. Give 3 protection to all allies this scene. And that's 3 to 8. Under 100. We got this. Let's go! It's true that we have a decent shot at this. Restore 1 light. Increase cost of target's pages whose original cost is 4 or higher by 2 for the next scene. Maybe we do this. Degraded Lock. And then Degraded Fairy. Just to get damage in on her. Like guaranteed damage. And we could do Disgorge Innards. I don't think she has any bleed on her this turn. Or we could do Tailoring. Which is pretty decent damage from Pierce. We should be able to, with our bonuses, outroll her at base. No, I'll almost outroll her at base. Sorry, we have an 8 to 12. Almost outroll her at base with tailoring. And that'll be 6 bleed for next scene. And then we could do... God, we don't have enough... Wait, we should be able to do... Oh, we can only do it at emotion level 3. We're only emotion level 1. But we can do this. 7 to 12. Inflict 3 burn on hit. The second hit of tailoring did not do enough damage. She's got 11 burn on her, and she's got enough, apparently she's got enough cards to be able to just go ham sandwich this time, so... Alright. It's literally just about doing enough damage, right? Like, we're going to clash and do as much damage as we can. It's literally just about countering what we can. Even if we get hit by the second attack, we are clash winning and putting bleed on her. For this one here, we can do Beyond the Shadows is not a great, not great. We actually can't do that. So we could do this. We're gonna roll the dice and see if it's possible for us to win this one. What is your girl Marniel? She's our 3 damage against enemies with bleed. They are bleed. They are bleed. She is bleeded. Alright, we've got Fierce Charge again. Again, as long as we land the hit, it doesn't really matter because we're doing damage. And Degraded Shockwave, this is going to come out first. We're going to hit her somewhere where she's not defending. And then we'll do Degraded Fairy. And then Bina's attack should come out first. I think we got this. She's at 20 hit points. Bring it home, Bina. Bring it home, baby. Book of Red Mist obtained. Get wrecked. I'm sweaty. Achievement. Complete a reception with Bina offering her assistance. Well, yeah. I mean, Bina did kill Red Mist the first time that she came in, but it cost Bina her life because Bina was playing with her food. That's how strong Bina is. If Bina went all out against Jebra the first time that she fought her, she would have technically beat her. Yeah, if I don't drink, but if I did, I would probably go and have a beer after that fight. Jesus Christ. That was tough. That big red sword in the clothes the Red Mist was wielding were Ego, right? As far as I know, the Crimson Sword was a prototype Ego that was luckily extracted. It could only be created through someone's gruesome death. Only Kali could wield it properly. And her coat? That's the Red Mist's own Ego manifested from Kali herself. Huh, if that's how powerful manifested Ego is, that might flip over the whole food chain of the city. You probably should have realized by now, but not all Ego have equal amounts of strength. Rather, it would be more accurate to say that few people can draw as much power from Ego as Kali could. In terms of purity alone, the sword she used to wield was one of noticeably low quality considering it was a prototype. Damn, that was supposed to be low quality? So do you get the picture now about the whole relationship between the distortion, ego, and abnormalities? Yes, I'm finally starting to see it clearly. Originally, the light that radiated during the event known as the White Nights and Dark Days should have shone over the city for 7 days straight, not 3. Had that happened, every person in the city would have been able to manifest their own ego, giving them the strength to avoid meaningless deaths regardless of wealth or social status. They would have earned the power to challenge the world. It may have been possible for someone to lose the ego they manifested, but no one would have been taken by their own ego and become abnormalities. Then the distortion is, the plan was throttled because of me, which is why the light would only radiate for 3 days. An unstable power was spread as a result, incubating other possibilities. Abnormalities manifested through the distortion are selves that have lost control. They were consumed by their own ego, so to speak. After all, there's a fine line between ego and abnormality. What's the prerequisite for these phenomena, ego and distortion? Only those who strive to accomplish what they sincerely desire, unbound by any obstacles, will be able to manifest and wield the power. However, if the endeavor ends in frustration or is faced with such despair that one's ego is shaken and their emotions twisted to an unbearable degree, distortion seems to arise from their overwhelmed self. The stronger and purer the desire is, the greater the distortion becomes. That's my speculation so far. Something doesn't line up. There's got to be tons of folks in the city who give up their dreams and fall to despair. If what you're saying is correct, the city should be crowded with abnormalities and ego bearers by now. Didn't I make it clear? It only manifests for those who pursue their own sincere desires. That makes more sense. There's next to no one in the city who dreams for themselves. Most live with the conformist mindset of just avoiding misfortune in their lives, rather than chasing after their own happiness, be it wings, syndicate, or fixers. People are all headed to a destination they probably didn't set themselves. The power will only be granted to selfish beings who live strictly for their own good. That's why Philip was able to become a real baby! Egoists, as some might say. Well, I think this outcome, I like this outcome better than having unworthy scum gain power they don't deserve. So you sabotage the plan knowing that would happen? No way. I simply didn't want to die. I wanted to live. I wanted to take my revenge. That's all there was to it. I was meant to be shut down at the end of the plan. It galled me so much, so I stole the light and embraced it. Because the light I'd taken for myself wasn't quite whole, I got myself trapped in this library I created, along with the abnormalities, funnily enough. Imagine if she had a real weapon. That's not my fault. She should have brought a real weapon. Show me, Angela Ego, come on. The orders ingrained into my robotic body have disallowed me from leaving here. If that's the case, you've been collecting books using the invitation for... It is to retrieve the light that was scattered across the city. You likely must have noticed how something's different about the guests that have come here. True, they had dreams of some sort, unlike the city folk I've known. They were kind of easily carried away by affection of friendship, too. It's because they were influenced by light. Strongly, at that. You mean they were closer to the pillar of light? Not quite. The same seed of light was planted in the heart of every person, but some have greater potential to grow it to be more powerful than others, and the invitation has been calling them over here at the moment we need them the most. As we scrape together the incomplete fragments of the light, I look forward to obtaining a book at the end of the road guided by the invitation, the one book holding the power of complete, undivided light. It'll be the book that will give freedom to me and all the librarians that reside here. It'll let me live as a human. I won't have to bear with others dictating me to behave as a machine anymore. I will be able to forget things I want to erase from my memory. I guess you're not feeling any kind of responsibility or guilt for what you've done and are doing to try to reach that goal? Of course not. I have to seize everything with my own hands. I can't expect anyone else to do it for me. I'm going to cherish what is mine, and only mine, as I live my life. It's precisely as you said before, Roman. Everyone has their share of personal affairs and woes. The bereaved have no one but themselves to blame. Solely for yourself, huh? He's like, wow, that's really selfish. The patron librarian of philosophy, Bina, is now available, so I can use Bina now. Cool. And she can be given passive attribution. And she does have her own patron librarian of philosophy's page. It looks as though she's got her own cards as well that are specifically set for her. That's interesting. Has a unique key page and combat pages that cannot be replaced or swapped. That's important to know. She's not customizable as far as her key page and her abilities, but she's able to be augmented, which, considering that she uses mostly ranged pages, I'd be interested, almost exclusively ranged pages. The only one that's not ranged is a AoE attack. Very cool. I like that she's fully unlocked now, and this, I'm just gonna leave these folks with these builds as they are, and these characters have not been customized or named by me yet. I plan to eventually. And we're at a pretty good spot, I actually think, for the day. I think we're at a pretty good spot to stop. It's been, I think we need to burn some books though, right? Yeah, we've got Red Mist books. We need to burn that. Oh shit, yeah. The Red Mists page, we need that. I need that in my life. I need that like right now. But give it to me. Put the Red Mist in the bag, please. You better not, oh, shirk me. You shirked me. Come on, man. Give me that. That's so jacked. It's so fucked up. Her page is the coolest one. Yeah, they fucked me out of the page. Okay, I got it. I had to burn, yeah, I have to rematch her, but I have the key page that I can rematch her with now. And there's only one person that is gonna get this. I don't know if it's possible, or I don't know if it's possible to give it to anybody else, but it's going to Jebra for sure. Yeah. Only Jebra can equip this. Okay, yeah. So it's set specifically for her. The combat page manifesting ego is added to the hand once per act at emotion level 4 or above. That's awesome. You can attribute it though. Blasphemy. I'm going to do passive attribution. Are you kidding me? It's like free bonus to stats. There's no way I don't do that. These stats she has are absolutely insane though. The abilities that she has. If 8 or more damage was dealt with this page, draw 1 page and reduce the cost of all other upstanding slashes by 1. Is this a permanent cost reduction? Oh, you can attribute red mist. That would be, yeah, that's insane. Why would you fucking do that? That's insane. Yeah, that's stupid. Jebra is awesome, and her getting Kali's page, the red mist page, is super cool. What I'm looking at is draw if 8 or more damage was dealt with this page in total. So basically guaranteed. Draw a page and reduce the cost of all of their spears by 1. Is this a permanent reduction? I mean, for the duration of the act. Like if I play this and it does 8 damage, all spears cost 2 then? Or sorry, cost 1 then? If 8 or more damage is dealt with this page, restore 2 light and reduce the cost of all other level slashes by 1. Focus Spirit. Spear. Spear's got the page draw, so does Upstanding Slash. Oh my god. Jebra's really fucking strong. This, seriously, Onrush, if target is defeated or staggered, use this page again on a random enemy. That's insane. You can just keep going. Run, yeah, 1 Onrush because it's sick as hell. That is so cool. And I think I'm gonna do 2 of each. Yeah. Why would you ever not roll this basically exactly as it is? It's so good. Holy shit. I love this. Thank you, Welga, for jabbing me in this direction, because the red mist page is dope as hell. I love this. And doing some passive attribution. I'll need to look at some of the cards specifically, but from what I can see is it's basically a full spread of damage. We've got that's 6 pierce die, 5 slash die, and 6 blunt die. So it's almost a perfect spread of damage die. She is awesome. She's bae. Yeah. For passive attribution, I'm not sure what I would run with her. Like, obviously, offensive die gain 1 power against targets with less than 10% HP. I don't like that. Don't like that either. A random enemy's resistance to a random damage type. What about the one that increases my... There's one that's like... increases the damage of a random die by 2. I think I have it attributed. Is that this one right here? No, that's not it. Not blunt dice power. Each scene boosts the power of a random type of offensive die by +2. That's the index proselytes. Yeah. Health Hauler, Stagger Hauler? Yeah. Valerie's page for Mind Hauler, and is it Leela's page for Health Hauler? I mean, that Mind Hauler and Health Hauler are pretty much like sacrosanct on all of those characters. Like I would take it on everything if I could, but I can't. What I was looking at more was attributing her with something that might modify her damage to increase the damage, because she has that variation, that variable of damage. Something like Grace of the Prescript would be pretty damn good. And I think I'm gonna steal this from Ferret's set, and then I'll take Valerie's, and then a Lila page as well, which I'm gonna need to steal. steal that from... we'll steal this one from Ferret's build as well, and we'll just take another look at that and reattribute it. Yeah, I think that's decent attribution. And with this setup now, we're looking at a pretty goddamn strong build. I think with this, we're probably at the start of next stream, we're probably going to do Jebra's floor and level up Jebra's floor again. I think we'll probably have a better shot of taking out ya boy, Mountain of Smiling Corpses with this shit. Who's the Jeb? I've no Mountain of Smiling Bodies. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to hop off. I'm a little hunky, and my partner and I are gonna watch some anime today. It's Animu's Day, which I'm excited for. I will see you guys next time. I'm trying to decide. I haven't 100% decided, but tomorrow I might actually stream. I usually don't, but we don't have D&D tomorrow, and I'm in a rhythm, I'm in a flow, and I kind of want to keep playing. So I think I'm gonna play more tomorrow, and I'll stream then. But I will see you guys next stream. I hope you guys have a wonderful night or day wherever you happen to be in the world. And yeah, it's always a delight. Delighted to hang out with you guys. I guess at the end I should just plug the Discord. Again, just ! Discord in the chat if you want to join. You're welcome to hop in. We share memes, we share art, we chat, we play online games together, actually play online games together. And yeah, come hang out. It's good people, good place. And I'll see you guys next time. Toodles! In your hydrate, right?